Round 1, fight!
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Snack Hero. So what we're trying today, I got this cherry limeade ghost energy drink, and then I also got some Cheetos. They are some Mexican street corn flavor. So we're gonna see how that goes today. So let's crack this open. I got my little cup here as always, and pour it out, and we'll give it a little try. See how it is. It's good. Because all Ghost energy drinks are good. They're all great. So I've never had a bad. Oh, the Bubblicious one, but yeah, that one's like for right now, I'll give it a 8 out of 10. So no, just messing with you guys. It's tournament fights. What's up? I just wanted to just try this because I needed an energy drink tonight. We'll save the Cheetos here for another time. I'm just gonna toss those to the side. So yeah, but the cherry limeade's good though. So go get some. It's a new flavor of Ghost that we got out here in Idaho. But welcome to Tournament Fights, and this is episode number. Well, for Tournament Fights versus, this is episode number 10. So it's the 10th one we've done where we pit some actors or directors or whatnot against each other. So tonight we're doing two goats in the acting game. We got Robert De Niro versus Al Pacino. So it should be fun. I am your host. I'm Jordan, the movie hero Anderson. And yeah, we'll go ahead and bring in our guests for tonight. I'll bring in my co-host, Austin Pez Howell. How's it going?
We say goats in the acting business, but you might not know that based on some of the movies in the first couple of fights that we're going to come up on. I'll just say that right now. So once you get past those, there's some really good movies, I promise.
Yeah.
I think there will be some clear winners in a couple of fights. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Well, I'll say, like, I personally, I'm probably gonna lean a little more De Niro. I'm more of a De Niro guy than Pacino, but we'll see. There's a few though that are really good. One in particular I watched for the first time. I watched 3 to prep for this, and one of them I love. So we'll talk about it when we get there. So, but we also have we'll introduce both of them. We have Ross Bristow and also Ashton. How's it going?
Yeah. Yes, and if the war with Grandpa does not win, we riot.
It won't because I only included one Grandpa movie in here. There wasn't enough room for both of them. So,
enough room for 2 bad Grandpa movies.
2 bad Grandpa De Niro movies. So I only have one of them. It is what it is. I had to pick the greatest hits and the worst of the worst. So and make a couple of trims. Don't have every movie on here, but I got most of them.
We'd rather have the good ones, please. Yeah. So, but we also have joining us Richie at Goodacre. How's it going?
Sir, good to be here. I wasn't sure I was going to be here, but now I'm here. There might be a few distractions when the riddles come in and put my bed in and all that stuff, but I'll try to contribute as much as I can. I can't wait to see in the finals Dirty Grandpa versus 88 Minutes. Whatever.
Yes. Yeah. Dirty Grandpa versus Jack and Jill. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, versus some Dunkachino. Yeah. And then we will be having one more person join us. We have Jonathan Peck, but he's just on a little delay getting his computer set up and that. So he'll be popping in a minute. But yeah, we won't waste any time. We'll jump right into it. So Austin, for anyone who might be new to this, you want to explain how it's going to work tonight?
Yeah, so tournament fights, we got 64 movies here in kind of a March Madness kind of bracket. They've all been randomized. There's no seeds. I basically took all 64 of them, put them in a wheel, and spun it 64 times, and we just see whatever matches pop out. So it won't always be, Pacino versus De Niro in each individual fight. There could be Pacino versus Pacino, De Niro versus De Niro, et cetera, et cetera. But overall, we'll see kind of, which one takes it through the end of the night. This first round where we just kind of hit around the initial 64. We try to keep it moving at a decent pace, try to go 30 seconds or less try to keep your thoughts as succinct as you can. And then once we get to the inner brackets, once we get to the 32 and the 60 and the 8, we'll go into speed round, kind of overdrive mode, and we'll just go basically with votes only. So, 10 seconds or less quick votes. And then we'll see who rules the night, whether it's going to be Pacino or De Niro. They both have some really heavy hitting movies on here. So, it'll be interesting to see which ones emerge. So, and obviously, they have a couple of crossovers, with both of them. So, throughout the year. So, we'll see if maybe one of those wins the whole night, or one with both of them. Who knows?
Yeah. It'll be fun. And also, Richard, did your dogs come over with you yet? Or are they there?
Yeah. One of my dogs is here, but you can't see it. Happy.
Because I was just wondering how the barking is going to sound with the echo there. It'll be like,
it'll sound like Malcolm's dogs.
Yeah, but
there you are. There she is.
Oh yeah.
Wait, she's waiting for that bed to be brought in there. She's like, "Where the hell's that bed?"
Yeah. She's got like she's very confused at the moment. She's just sort of like going, "What the hell's this place?"
Where's my bed? Where's my place?
Yeah. Wandering around in shock. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Well, with that, I'll just say one last thing. Let's do this.
We're going to play a wonderful game called Who is Your Daddy and What Does He Do?
It's showtime.
What do you say we cut the chit-chat a-hole?
May I see your invitation, please?
Sure. Here's my invitation.
Let's do this, Schmidt.
Yeah. Just like we always do, Jenkins.
Jacob. Oh, sorry.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
I mean, come on, I just don't see a problem here. Let's just do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm pumped.
You serious?
All right.
So Richie will be at the bottom. So you'll be first for our first matchup here tonight. Will be Once Upon a Time in America versus The Adventures of Rocky and Goodacre.
Nice.
You might have forgot Robert De Niro is the villain in that movie, and he sure is. So, this one might be fairly easy, but we'll just do it as a formality, Richie.
I saw Rocky and Bullwinkle when it came out. As a kid, when I was, I think, I was young enough to be like get some enjoyment out of it. But yeah, it's a very unlike Robert De Niro performance. It was very weird that he agreed to be in this movie. They had this moment, it's where they're trying to make Piper Perabo a thing. Once Upon a Time in America is a much better movie. So, look, sorry, Rocky, this is pretty easy. Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah.
Russ?
Well, welcome to the show, Jonathan. I was just going to say real quick. Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry about that. My laptop's been acting up again, so basically, finally got it through. So,
it's all good. But
just got started this first match, so we'll come back around to you.
Yeah, we'll come back around. So Ross, what do you think?
Okay, let's say this way. Okay, I saw Rocky and Bullwinkle one time in the theater. I have not gone back, and then Once Upon a Time in America is my number 4 favorite movie of all time. So,
that's right. It's on your top 64. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, Ashton, what do you think here?
Once Upon a Time in America, for sure. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good. Austin.
Yeah, I think I saw like a half an hour of Rocky and Bullwinkle at one point, and it was horrendous. It's always jarring, just those CGI characters like running around with like regular people, just a little jarring. It's no Roger Rabbit, I'll tell you that. But Once Upon a Time in America is really good. It's like 4 hours long on the extended cut, or 4.5, something like that. So you got to be patient with it. But it is very, very good. And Sergio Leone's last movie, and he's one of my favorite directors. So definitely Once Upon a Time.
Well, as you're going to see, I have a lot of blind spots tonight, so I haven't seen either one of these. I was going to watch Once Upon a Time in America for Ross's top 64, and then I looked at the runtime and I said, nope, I don't have time for that. Then I was going to watch it for this, and I said, nope, I don't got time for that. So I haven't seen it yet. I'll get around to it eventually once I have a spare 4 hours to kill, or over 4 hours. But and Rocky and Bullwinkle. I was a fan of the old school cartoon. I remember watching it in the mornings. It would come on like really early in the morning, like 6 a.m. But the movie, it doesn't look all that great. Once Upon a Time in America does look better, so I'll vote for that.
Yeah, all right. And Jonathan?
So we all know who's going to go in the next round. I thought it might be fun. I'm going to flip a coin to which one I'm going to pick.
Sure. Yeah, you can do it.
Once upon a time.
Yeah.
Moving on.
All right.
Yeah.
We can vote any way you want here in tournament fights, so
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah.
up to you. So
That poster looks weird. They look less like CGI characters and more like balloons you'd see in a Macy's day.
Yeah, like hot air
weird.
balloons. Yeah.
I'll just say that about Lucky and Bullwinkle. I saw once in cable and Disney XD or something. I was just blown out of my mind. So
Yeah. It's not good. All right. So we got Grudge Match versus House of Gucci, a recent one.
All right.
Pacino. All right. Ross.
I'm actually gonna go with House of Gucci. I do like Grudge Match, but like House of Gucci has a camp factor. You know, like Jared Leto saved the movie because it's boring without Jared Leto. So I'm gonna go with House of Gucci.
Yeah.
That's a statement you don't hear that often. Jared Leto saved the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, not too often, but once in a while though. But Ashley, what do you think?
I have not seen either one. So I'm gonna go with Grudge Match. Just
Yeah, sure.
mix it
Sounds
up
good.
a little bit.
Austin.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get around to House of Gucci yet. I will, and I really should have when it was in theaters. I just didn't get a chance to. I have seen Grudge Match, saw that in theaters. It's not bad. I mean, it's I still like Stallone and De Niro, and it's two old men, and the boxing fight, to be fair, is not that bad. And Kevin Hart is okay in this movie, just playing kind of a side sort of hustler guy. So it's all right. It's got a good cast, decent. I'll go with Grudge Match.
Yeah, and the blind spots just keep rolling in because I haven't seen either one, and for whatever reason, like I swear I've seen tons of movies, just not with these two actors, I guess. But and House of Gucci doesn't really seem like my thing, but Grudge Match does, and I think it'd be fun just to kind of have Kevin Hart as your kind of side, kind of hype man kind of guy. So yeah, and who doesn't love a good boxing movie? So yeah, Grudge Match. Jonathan.
I actually seen one of these movies. I actually saw House of Gucci because there are legit some funny moments along with it. And you mentioned the one with Jared Leto. There was one of my favorite parts of the film is basically something how he reads after something. After he reads, it just cut away to just about the square ethnicity and just clogs along with it. That's a funny gag. I actually did laugh at it. And I'll be honest, I like Gucci. It's an enjoyable watch. It depends on the mood. So I'll get my spare to House of Gucci. Grudge Match, I have never saw. It looked like sort of like a weird fan film. Basically, if you're Jacob and Rocky Balboa, basically have a boxing match, but it was way past their prime. So I'm gonna go to the House of Gucci.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie.
Yeah, I haven't seen House of Gucci yet. It's not really up my alley, but I'll watch it at some point. Yeah, and Grudge Match is okay. Yeah, cashing in on Raging Bull and Rocky Franchise. Yeah, I like the idea of it. But yeah, it's not like when I'm not going to raise out. I mean, I watched it once. I'm not going to do it. Not going to. Yeah, I think that's enough. But it's a fine movie. It's harmless. So I'll go with Grudge Match.
All right.
Yeah.
Grudge Match.
Good.
Moving on, and our next match will be Dirty Grandpa. There is one of the Grandpa movies versus Stand Up Guys.
Mm.
All right. We'll start with Ashton.
Yeah.
I have not seen Stand Up Guys. I'll go with Dirty Grandpa.
Yeah. Austin.
I didn't get a chance to see Stand Up Guys. That was one that's in theaters, and for whatever reason, it just didn't really appeal to me. I don't know, just those three guys just bumming around. I tell you my strategy here. I'm going to vote for Dirty Grandpa just to make whatever it goes up against in the next round way easier. So I'll say Dirty Grandpa.
Sure, yeah. Well, I mean, we'll eventually get to a movie I've seen, but we haven't yet. So, and
that wasn't bad.
Dirty
I'm
Grandpa
happy
just looks
for Dirty
bad.
Grandpa.
Like, yeah, it looks not good. And like pairing like an old Robert De Niro up against with Zac Efron, I don't know. I don't care about that. And the Stand Up Guys has Christopher Walken and Alan Arkin, and even Bill Burr, I guess, is in it according to this cast list. So sure, I'll vote for the stand-up guys.
All right, Jonathan.
But he must be the real stand-up they put in that movie, Bill Burr. But Jonathan.
I'm gonna go into Austin Method, and I want to make that one thing perfectly clear. I have seen Dirty Grandpa. It's not a good movie. Really, it's not. And I turn it off halfway through.
Oh, man. That was a masterpiece.
I watch it on cable, give it a chance as I turn it off halfway through. So basically, I'm going to use the Austin strategy. I'm going to vote for it, even though I don't think it's a good movie. So basically, let other movies destroy it. So
yeah.
Well, you say it now. We'll see what happens. But
I'll give it a shot.
Richie.
Yeah, I don't know if I can vote for Dirty Grandpa. I think it's horrendous. Yeah, it's one of those where you just go, "What are you doing, Robin?" But I think the funniest part of the movie is just the interview Audrey Plaza gives on, I think it was Letterman or something about what just kind of, I mean, she always has weird interviews, but like funny interviews where they're just talking about wanting to do, joking about wanting to do a sex scene with Robert De Niro. I guess
my vote.
you'd think stand-up guys would appeal to me because I do stand-up, but it's not really that great. But I guess out of the two, it's a better one. I love Bill Burr, so I'll go stand-up guys.
And Russ.
I actually was expecting Dirty Grandpa to be awful, but I watched like one afternoon. I go, this isn't bad. It's not great, but it's not terrible. And then like stand-up guys was boring, so I'm gonna go with Dirty Grandpa.
Yeah, all
right. Well, strategy may work. We'll see. For now, hopefully, there's a good movie in the other one. We've got 88 minutes. That's not a good movie.
Oh no!
But we have Raging
Bull. Okay. I was gonna say.
Do we need to have a
Dirty
discussion?
Grandpa won't get a pass. Okay.
I don't know. Do we need to have a discussion on this one, or can we save time? 88 minutes is a horrible thriller, but that's up to you.
There's actually one that I have seen, Raging Bull, and we can put it through because I've seen it. And it's
Raging Bull is the superior film, and it's even superior to Dirty Grandpa. I'm tempted to just move it over there as well, but we'll see.
At least our strategy worked. We picked a better movie than Dirty Grandpa.
We'll
save some time.
We'll come back to Raging Bull. We'll come back. I won't go that far, but I'll at least go right there. So we'll come back to Raging Bull. Yeah, Scorsese versus whatever 88 minutes is. It's not good. So
I never heard that movie, but even I know
it's not good. I saw it in the theater. It's a horrendously made thriller. It's very bad.
Is it 88 minutes long? Like, is that the
it takes place almost in real time, like of 88 minutes, and it's very strange.
And then like there's this like secret bad guy that like you could see coming, but the person I do not buy the person as a bad person, as a killer.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah. All right. We got The Fan with De Niro and Wesley Snipes versus Little Fuckers.
Oh wow! It's like there's some great actors, but they've been in some weird movies.
So I'm first. I like the other two. Meet the Parent, Meet the Fucker movies. Little Fuckers. I don't know what happened. They just went off the rails. It's not good, and it's just it's a played out premise at that point. The Fan is it's not amazing, but it's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. I do think it's decent. It's Wesley Snipes is a baseball player, and De Niro's kind of a stalker sort of thing, and it has a climax out of a baseball game, and it's fun for what it is. So it's kind of a guilty pleasure, but I like it, so I'll vote for The Fan.
Yeah, so there's one I've seen, and that's Little Fuckers, unfortunately, because that movie is not good, and I'm not Malcolm Lay. I don't put that as the best of the series like he does, but and not by a long shot. I really like the first one. I think the second one's okay, and this one's just bad. And The Fan I've never seen, but it sounds interesting. It's even got Jack Black in it, so I mean. And
he was in a lot of mid '90s movies as just a random guy in the background. To be fair,
he just says broadcast technician, but that sounds about right.
He's like the pilot in Waterworld. He's in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
And also even Enemy of the State.
That's what I mean. He's one of the 20-something guys like Jamie Kennedy and Jake Busey and Enemy of the State that are all just on the radio the whole movie. He's one of those guys. So he did a lot of those types of movies in the 90s.
Ironically, both himself directed by Tony Scott, believe it or not.
But The Fan, it looks like it's directed by Tony Scott. So
it is.
So it
is.
I'll vote for it. I mean, I don't know how if it has some of that like stylized stuff he does. I don't know, but
It's not
but
much. It's not a super like fast-paced action movie. I'll just put it that way. Not really. Yeah.
All right. Well, the fan. Jonathan.
I only seen the fan once, and I quite enjoy it. And I have seen Little Fockers, and I don't want to see that movie ever again. I saw once I rented on DVD, and I regret seeing it. So I will get the fan very easily.
All right.
Yeah.
Richie.
Richie.
Yeah, the fan's all right. They actually did a sort of remake of it called Big Fan with Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I find that a better movie. The fan's all right, though. I think it's good. But, yeah.
You know what? Quick idea for a tournament fight: movies starring stand-up comics.
Yeah. Do that.
Well,
you write that one down. Yeah.
Could be interesting. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. And both these ones will be on this list because doesn't Little Fockers have Kevin Hart in it?
We might have to exclude Kevin Hart because he would like dominate the list at this point. You know, it might have to be all the ones.
Yeah.
Almost like when we do the wrestler one, you kind of have to exclude The Rock. You know, just because he's got so many, it would have to be like everybody else. You know, essentially.
Yeah. So Little Fockers sort of went off the rails a bit. I do like the other two, but yeah, I don't know. This was unnecessary, I guess. But yeah, I'll go the fan, but it's not like passionately. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Ross.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the fan. I actually do really like the fan. Like Benicio del Toro gives like the best performance in the movie. So yeah, but the fan though, is actually underrated. I think like Robert De Niro is always great. And the story's actually kind of creepy, and then the story actually feels a little bit ahead of its time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the fan.
Yeah. Well, Ashton, what do you think?
So, I have never seen The Fan, but I love like Wesley Snipes, John Leguizamo. I mean, I feel like it's a movie I should have seen because it has a cast that I really like, and I feel like, and I love Meet the Parents. I love Meet the Fockers. I think those movies are so funny. But I feel like Little Fockers. Like, do you guys remember like staying in like? Have you ever stayed in like a really just like kind of shady motel and you like leave the TV on at night because you're like kind of scared just for a glow in the room, and then like that's like the movie that's playing every time, and you don't remember. Like that's that kind of movie. Like it's just it's not it's like nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Why this? It's just like So I'm gonna go with the fan. Just for the cast.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So be the fan.
The fan. Okay. And we'll see that. Speaking of Meet the Fockers, that's a good match. It's against the Untouchables. Yeah. Yeah, with De Niro as Al Capone. So, Jordan.
This one's kind of interesting because I saw the Untouchables and I've seen Meet the Fockers, so two I've seen. Yay, finally. But and the Untouchables was good but not great, kind of. But then so was Meet the Fockers. I thought it was good but not great. So it's kind of just what you prefer. But I think overall, probably the Untouchables is a little bit better made. But it just seemed a little kind of, I don't know. And some of the like dialogue and stuff was a little cheeseball to me. But it's still overall a good movie. So I'll vote for the Untouchables. Sure. Jonathan?
I will actually go The Untouchables. I actually love this movie, by the way. It's one of my personal favorite Brian De Palma films that he's ever made. It was a perfect balance between not only his direction, but Ennio Morricone's score in the movie, and basically the cast of characters with Kevin Costner, Sean Connery, Eddie Garcia, and Charles Martin Smith from American Graffiti is in there, basically one of the cops along with it. And De Niro, although not a lot in the film, he's still every scene he's in as Al Capone, basically along with it. One of my favorite things involve him in it is basically sort of inspired by real life true story events, with the baseball bat. So basically, it's kind of messing around, baseball, all that stuff. It's also funny at the same time, but also very menacing at the point, though. So I actually love The Untouchables. It's a great movie. It's my personal favorite De Palma film. Meet the Fockers. I like the movie. There are some funny moments on here. Ben Stiller's alleged son, along with it. I actually have a good laugh between it. So between the two, I will go with The Untouchables.
And I don't know what it is with like mobster hitmen and baseball bats, but it seems to be like a a thing. I watched a podcast where they interviewed this guy who was a hitman for John Gotti, and he got out of jail even though he's killed people with a baseball bat. Now he's like signing baseball bats and like sending them to fans. It's really weird. Like, yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I think the worst one is in a movie we'll see eventually tonight in Casino when they beat Pesci to death with a baseball bat. But that's probably the worst one.
Yeah. I think the difference between when Pesci uses a steel bat, Dinner uses a wooden bat. I don't know what's worse.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, Richie.
Yeah, Meet the Foxes is a great sequel. It's a worthy sequel. I like the movie a lot. It's still a bit of a step down for Meet the Parents for me, but it's pretty good. The Untouchables is a great movie, great gangster film. I probably watched it a lot earlier than I should have. It just so happened to my dad owned a video shop and had the TV going, and that was just playing on TV. So it's probably not the best thing to have on TV when a kid walks in the door and you see like Sean Connery be shot. Anyway,
I'm
but I think it's a slightly better movie, so I'm gonna go The Untouchables.
Yeah,
Russ.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go with The Untouchables. Only because, of the scare scene and the bat scene. Like, Ashton's actually watching the bat scene right now with her mouth wide open. So, yeah, I like.
Yeah, crazy. But Ashton, what do you think?
Gosh, I love to laugh, and I feel like Meet the Fockers, it was funny, and it also gave me that anxiety, like that. Just God, nothing can go right. But I mean, this movie. I don't know. It'd be hard for me. I'm gonna have to go Untouchables.
Yeah. Well, Austin.
Yeah, I've always liked The Untouchables. I don't love The Untouchables. There's something that doesn't quite click all together for me about it. I think there's a lot of individual good things and a lot of great performances and scenes. It's just never one of those ones that I go back to a lot. I'll defend Meet the Fockers a lot. I think it's really funny. I think Barbara Streisand and Dustin Hoffman are freaking hilarious in that movie. As Stiller's parents, and I think it's a lot better than people give it credit for. I'll be the lone vote for Meet the Fockers, but that's fine because Untouchables going through, and we'll go to the next one. We'll
Nice house.
Carlito's Way versus the King of Comedy.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's a tight little match there. We'll go back down to Jonathan to start.
Yeah.
Wow. I had to be completely honest. I actually love both these movies, actually. This is maybe my first top one that we get, though. Well, King of Comedy is a great movie. It's really sort of like an art comedy along with De Niro as a playtrain, as a stand-up, and it tries to stock Jerry Lewis in the movie. Very great underrated performance by Sandra Bernhardt in the film. And Carlito's Way, on the other hand, great Pacino performance. Great skeeving performance by Sean Penn in that movie. Such a skeezball about the movie, and he's a brilliant bastard who basically kills one of the guys on the boat with people think baseball bats basically hard, but I'm using a wrench, and not a wrench, but a crowbar along with it, and popping the blood out. It is skiing terrifying. So it's hard for me because I actually love both those films. I'm gonna do this again with a coin. This time I'm gonna pick by coin. I pick heads for Carlito's Way, tails for King of Comedy. I hope this is going to work.
All right.
It's tails for King of Comedy.
King of Comedy, okay.
All right. King of Comedy, there you go.
Richie.
Yeah, but both these movies are underrated in a way. I think Carlito's Way is really good. Great performances by Pacino and Sean Penn. Also, great performances by some of the supporting cast, Luis Guzman is pretty good, and also John Leguizamo good performance too. But yeah, King of Comedy, it's great. It's almost like it feels like in a little way the prequel to Joker, in a bit of way. But I don't know. It's a great film, and I guess because it might be a little by it because I've got a soft spot for I'm in the stand-up world as well, so. I don't mind if Carlito's Way goes through, but I'm going to go King of Comedy.
Yeah.
Ross?
Ross.
Actually, King of Comedy is my favorite Scorsese movie, and it might be my favorite Niro performances because I love the performances where somebody's super nice, but they do have an undercurrent of menace that's hidden all the way through. So yeah, so I'm gonna go with the King of Comedy. And then like it was also Sandra Bernhardt's first movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Ashton.
Well, Ashton.
I have only seen Carly Goes Away, so I'm gonna go with that one. I think it's a great film, really great cast, and I think it'd be weird, if I like that one, to go with the other one. Although I feel like everybody's telling me I have to see King of Comedy.
It's basically
I feel like-
Joker.
I need to. So that's like one of the big ones on my list right now.
And he's creepy in it too.
Yeah. Check it out. But Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, Carlito's Way is really good. I came to it this past year, but wait, I'm sorry. Ma! I'm trying to do this now. Ma, I can't. Please stop calling me Ma. Yeah, no, I love King of Comedy. King of Comedy rules. Rupert Pupkin is an amazing character, and I think it's just one of De Niro's best roles that just doesn't get a lot of credit for. It's something completely different that he had never done before, and man, I've watched that movie. Like, since the first time I saw it, probably 3 or 4 years ago, I pull it up a lot. It's actually on YouTube. Like, it's hard to find, but like, it's on YouTube, and I pull it up a lot and just watch it. So I'm definitely going King of Comedy. Jordan. Oh, and he's frozen. Uh-oh. All right. Jordan, stop tabbing. You're freezing up.
You froze for a bit there, man.
I got a pop-up is what I got, and then it's like, go away. But anyways, I've never seen Carlito's Way, so I can't really vote for it, but I have seen King of Comedy, and that movie's great. Yeah, Ma, I'm trying to practice for my show, Ma. Or there's a line like the N word where he does it like, if my mom was still here, I'd say, Ma, why are you here? You've been dead for 9 years or something. Yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna vote for the King of Comedy. Pretty easy.
All right, King of Comedy. Moving on. All right, and we'll go to Sea of Love versus Righteous Kill.
Okay.
All right, Richie.
I've never heard of Sea of Love. Sounds a bit. I don't know.
Perfect for this week of Valentine's Day. Sea of
Love. Sea of Love. But yeah, and Righteous Kill. I know they, obviously if a sort of pair up on this list so far of De Niro and Pacino. I think there's a lot of hype for it because it's the first time that she teamed up in ages, and the movie was shit. I don't know. Maybe Sea of Love is better, so I'll go Sea of Love.
Yeah. Ross.
I'm gonna go with. I haven't seen Sea of Love, but it sounds more interesting. And then like I've actually seen Righteous Kill, and then like any movie is where you have Pacino, De Niro, and 50 Cent. One of those is not like the other, but still, it is not good in it. So Sea of Love sounds way more interesting.
Yeah. Well, Ashton, what do you think?
I mean, how many of these movies John Leguizamo?
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Like every single one. I haven't seen either one, to be honest with you. But looking through them right now, Sea of Love actually looks like when they first came up, just based on what I'm seeing, didn't look that interesting. But reading about them now and just looking at the cast and the critical response, Sea of Love is a relatively good one. So I go with that one.
And my grandma actually likes Sea of Love, and she doesn't like anything. So.
Oh, that is cool.
Well, there you go.
Well, it's
for your grandma.
No. It's not what you think it is. It's not like a rom-com. He's a detective, and he may or may not be dating a serial killer. Essentially, it's like the premise of the movie. He's basically investigating the murders that she is probably committing. I watched it not too long ago. It came in a double pack with Son of a Woman. But it's got John Goodman and Michael Rooker and Richard Jenkins and it has Sam Jackson credited as Black Guy. So that one should get your vote.
I saw that.
Sea of Love.
Black Guy.
I was
Yeah.
just reading that. I'm like, I wonder
Yeah.
what character he's in. Oh, he's black
He's
guy.
black
Okay.
guy.
Michael Rooker is
Yeah.
always good. Michael Rooker.
Yeah, Michael Rooker is good in the movie. Yeah.
I think there's like a Family Guy thing where like Stewie and Brian, like Brian trying to explain who Sam Jackson is. To him. He's like, well, no, it's Peter trying to explain to him because he's like, all the black guys in every movie, that's him.
Those black guy in every movie ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan.
But yeah, I've never seen either of these, so it's a little tough. But probably Sea of Love just sounds better. It sounds more interesting. Maybe pick a different title because by title alone it doesn't sound that good. But I mean when you read up about it and you see who's actually in this movie, it actually sounds pretty good. So yeah, I'll vote Sea of Love.
All right, Jonathan. So,
yeah. Full disclosure. Get that back. I will go with Sea of Love because it's more interesting of a movie. Righteous Kill. I heard a lot of people, not only the first De Niro and Pacino performance post Heat, and people tell me it's crap. So I'll stick with my word, and I'll give it a watch to Sea of Love. Sounds more interesting of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Righteous Kill is not great. It was like hyped up because they were coming back together, and it's not good. It's a mediocre movie at best. All right. Scoot on down to we've got Mary Shelley's Frankenstein with De Niro versus Dick Tracy with Al Pacino.
Okay.
All right, Ross.
I'm gonna go with the sum of the margins, Dick Tracy. Only for like Al Pacino's bonkers performance. I want him dead. I want him on the floor dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Frankenstein is okay, but Dick Tracy's amazing, and like his makeup in Dick Tracy's actually creepier than Robert De Niro as Frankenstein.
Big boy Caprice.
Big boy. Who was despite how ridiculous it is, Al Pacino was nominated for an Oscar for that movie. Believe it or not.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
The Oscar nominated Dick Tracy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Gosh. I kind of like the aesthetic, like the cinematography, like the whole Dick Tracy a little bit better.
And there's Dustin Hoffman.
Like it's kind of like got that comic book, kind of like colorful, fun. I feel bad because I'm like I really am like a bigger fan of Robert De Niro. I keep going Pacino.
So am I, but
so I like was gonna toss this one to Pacino, but I feel like I gotta go with Dick Tracy on this one. Or sorry to De Niro, but I'm going with
Yeah.
Again.
Well, and also Ross, it has your kid from Hook, the Charlie Corsmo.
yeah, and Dustin Hoffman's in it too.
Oh yeah. Yep, and Dustin Hoffman, both from
Mumbles.
Hook. There you go.
William Forsythe is in there as one of the henchmen. Like he's pretty good. It's got a crazy cast.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. I'm actually a big fan of Dick Tracy. I think that movie's underrated. The Blu-ray looks really good. I like the colors in the movie. The Danny Elfman score is pretty good. And Al Pacino, as over the top as he is, he's really entertaining in that movie. My favorite line is when he's about to kill Paul Sorvino in the movie. He's like, "All's fair in love and business." Benjamin Franklin. He just gets quotes wrong all the time, but he's great. He's a lot of fun. I actually haven't seen Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I've been wanting to see it at some point, but I'm gonna go Dick Tracy. I do like it.
Yeah. I've also never seen Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, but I have seen Dick Tracy, and it's fun. Like it's kind of old school comic booky, kind of campy a little bit. I mean, Warren Beatty and Al Pacino, of course, and he's throwing like Madonna. Even Dick Van Dyke is in it. So so it's fun. So I'll vote for Dick Tracy. Yeah.
7 Oscar nominations for Dick Tracy. Won 3 of them.
Really?
Yeah, it won for best original song. It won for best art direction, which is actually not bad. And then best makeup, but I think the makeup one is actually really deserved. A lot of the makeup on the henchmen and the bad guys is really, really good, actually.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I wonder what it got on Rotten Tomatoes though, because I think it's like kind of panned it. I don't know. It's weird.
That's a 63. So
63,
okay, so that's.
But it has a user score of 53. So
that's decent. So yeah, but
wow, it's usually reversed. So usually the audience likes it way more than the critics.
Yeah. Well,
all right. It's interesting you put two movies put together though, because both these films have basically had their actors to play their roles in complete makeup, and I Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is fascinating to me because I think this movie is trying to be hard, kind of like with Bram Stoker's Dracula by Coppola. I think it's trying to be hard to be like about trying to make it work. Apparently, it was written by Frank Darabont. That's maybe the weird thing about it. And De Niro is trying as the monster, but it didn't feel like it was right there, kind of like what Gary Oldman did as Dracula. So I will go easily to Dick Tracy because you could tell a lot of people in the cast are having fun. Warren Beatty's having fun with it. Madonna's having fun with it. Nathan Hopper's having fun with it. Even Al Pacino's having a ball with this movie along with it. So I hadn't watched it in a few years though. And I enjoyed it when I saw it a few years back. So I would have given mine to Dick Tracy. Plus a little bit fun fact. Have you guys seen the TMC special when Warren Beatty's dressed up as Dick Tracy when he was interviewed by Ben?
Yeah, he just did another one of those like a month ago to keep the rights for it until 2027. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, every 10 years he does some goofy little short film where he puts on the outfit and just Warren Beatty does to keep the rights for himself so that nobody else can reboot it. It's really weird. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, because he owns the rights to it right now. Yeah, it's kind of trolly.
Trolly like egotistical to do that.
Yeah.
That's Warren Beatty to begin with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Roger Corman's Fantastic Four, when he was literally gonna lose the rights in 2 days, so then he made the movie in 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. Man.
All right. We'll scoot on. We'll go down to Taxi Driver.
Okay.
Versus The Godfather Part 3. That's The Godfather Coda is what they're calling it now, but The Godfather 3. All right. Ashton is up first.
Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver. Okay.
Yeah.
For me.
Well, yeah. Well, Austin.
I'll let her finish your point. Yeah. Go ahead.
Then go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were.
Oh, I mean, my point was that's one of my favorite movies. Yeah. So I mean,
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm on this. That's all. I did want to say though that our lowest rated so far on the tomato meter would be 88 minutes at a whopping 5%.
Oh yeah, no, it's bad.
5%.
Little Fokker, which is really sad at a 9%.
I actually think that 5% is too high.
Yeah. Although I think Jack and Jill is lower than that at 3 or something, and that's on the list here somewhere. So that might be our lowest one of the evening.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
You better hope. I really hope the movies I kind of send you in the chat is still on there. I just worried.
No, they're there. We'll get there. I'm actually I'm a defender of Godfather 3. I think it's better than people kind of give it credit for. I think Al Pacino is actually really good in it, and I like some of the stuff. There's some wonky junk in there and some subplots that aren't great. I probably would vote for it against some of these other movies, but in this case, it's going up against Taxi Driver, and it's a movie that's been studied and looked over and kind of copied for many years, and it's one of De Niro's kind of most iconic roles as Travis Bickle. So I think I'll go with Taxi Driver also.
Yeah, I've seen Taxi Driver. I have not seen The Godfather 3. I've only seen 1 and 2, but so I can't really comment on that one. But Taxi Driver is good. Travis Bickle, he's a really terrifying character once he kind of descends into his madness and gets the mohawk and all that stuff, and he just wants to clean up his city. He wants to just clean it up, so clean out all the riffraff and the trash. So Taxi Driver, are you talking to me? Yeah, Taxi Driver. Jonathan.
I will keep it short. I will actually go to pick Taxi Driver in here. Godfather 3, I do agree it gets unfair flack, maybe due to expectation. And I think it's nowhere near it. There are some great moments on there. Some of the movie's shortcomings and beyond the movie's control, though, due to casting of Sofia Coppola's daughter as other Corleone. And basically, just some more shortcomings just beyond the movie's control. So with that, I will go to Taxi Driver. And it's nothing else to be said. Taxi Driver. One of De Niro's best and one of Scorsese's best films.
Yeah. Russ?
I'm gonna go with Taxi Driver. I do love Godfather Part 3. But yeah, like if when Winona Ryder was in it like she's supposed to be, like it would have been a whole better movie. But I'm gonna go with Taxi Driver. I love Taxi Driver, especially like Scorsese might be my favorite scene of the movie with Scorsese.
Oh yeah.
Oh, in the actual taxi. Yeah. No,
Yeah. That's cool.
All right, Taxi Driver.
Taxi
The
Driver.
clean sweep, and we'll go down to we got The Irishman with both De Niro and Pacino again, versus Silver Linings Playbook. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, I'm up first. Silver Linings Playbook's pretty good. I've only seen it the one time in theaters. Haven't really gone back to it. But yeah, I mean, De Niro's good in it. But yeah, I'm a pretty big defender of The Irishman. I think it's really, really strong, especially once the kind of momentum gets going, especially once Pacino actually enters the movie. I think he's great as Jimmy Hoffa. Like, he brings a lot of energy to the movie. He's really good, and I like Pesci in it too. It was good to see him again. So just by a little bit, I'm going to go with The Irishman.
Yeah. For me, I just thought that the Irishman just kind of dragged. Like, it was too long. Cut out like 30 minutes, and you have a good movie. But because I think it was like 3.5 hours long. So, but it is good, like, for what they try to do. But I mean, so like it's one of those like movies that's kind of hit and miss for me. It's like one minute I'm like I'm watching a great movie, and the next minute I'm like okay, when's this great movie gonna move along a little bit? So and like the de-aging stuff worked, but it kind of like you can't de-age movement and stuff, so it seems a little off. But Silver Linings Playbook was a movie I didn't think that I would like. It wasn't going to be up my alley, and I actually thought that it was great. And Robert De Niro, I can't remember whose father that he's playing. He's playing one of them, but
he plays Bradley Cooper's father in the movie.
Okay, yeah, but like him being
Hannah Paquin's father.
Yeah.
I thought it was someone. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, but like him being the Eagles fan and stuff, he's actually a pretty good. He's actually acting like really well in this. When the movie, I kind of expected him to just kind of maybe phone it in or something. So yeah, like I had a decent time with Silver Linings Playbook, so I'll vote for that. Yeah.
All right, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
So this is very interesting for me though, because Silver Linings Playbook, as someone who's a football fan, sports fan myself though, is actually more accurate petition of Philadelphia Eagles fans. As someone who's sometimes their Eagles come into my visitors' games because I'm a fan of their division rival, and sometimes it can be very audaciously, very excessively, and some of the sports aspect to it in the film with it. And plus, I like the romance between Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence in that movie. So it's a very unique. I really like the movie. Irishman, I'm a little torn on. I'm not torn which I should choose because Irishman put some great moments. I do agree with also when Pacino comes in and started to get the movie to start to get a little more, not say more life, but it's like there's more like great, and it's become a great film starting to kick in when Pacino pops up. And also, I do love some of the scenes with Joe Pesci in the film. I think some of his more reserved roles, and you were like, this film is more upbeat. This time he's a little bit more, not only is he sort of the head boss, but he's more reserved and basically sort of doing behind the scenes along with it. And it's a hard one for me because I do love both these films, but I would go slightly, just a little craftsmanship slightly is going to go with Irishman, just more a slight margin.
All right.
Yeah.
Russ.
I'm gonna go with The Irishman slightly, only because I love how subtle the movie is, and like how in order to really get the full story, like you'll really have to pay attention. And then the ending is actually like one of the most haunting endings I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Okay. And Astrid.
Let me get something, guys. Be right back.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so and it's a hard one. I mean, they're both fantastic in my opinion. Silver Linings Playbook. I mean, De Niro's character, he is the father of Pat, played by Bradley Cooper, and I think their relationship's super integral to like kind of this whole commentary that's happening, the psychological commentary, because he's like, kind of lost everything and went to this mental institution, and now he's back home, and his dad and his mom are like kind of like, and you see that like growing up in this home, like, helped kind of shape the person he was to be this kind of man who ended up kind of losing his mind in a bit, and he's like pretty unhinged. And I think like he sees a reflection of himself in his father, and I feel like Robert De Niro, like he plays this really like strong character, but he's still, like I don't know, he's kind of a wallflower in the film still. It's really interesting. With that said, I love The Irishman. Like I'll never look at painting houses the same way.
Yeah, same.
I really thought it was fun. I enjoyed it, like all 3 hours or whatever it was, 209 minutes. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna have to go with that one, and that's a hard matchup. But I'll have to go with that. Yeah.
All right. Irishman.
Yeah, the Irishman.
And we'll go down to next. We've got And Justice for All versus Mean Streets. So straight Pacino versus De Niro.
Right.
Jordan, you're up first.
Well,
let me guess, 2 you haven't seen.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Yep, 2 I haven't seen. So and I'll just say this: And Justice for All sounds like a courtroom drama, and I'm not big on those. They kind of bore me. So I'll go with Mean Streets because it seems more up my alley. So yeah.
All
right. Jonathan.
I have seen one of the films, and I would go with the one base I see, which is Mean Streets. It's very early Scorsese along with it, and it's very early in the stage of his career. Was very low budgeted. I never saw Injustice for All from the late 70s, and I go based on that, so I'll go with Mean Streets because I never saw Injustice for All.
Yeah. Well, Ross?
I haven't actually seen either, but I do want to see Injustice for All, only because it literally has one of the most famous lines in movie history. So I'm going to go with Injustice for All.
What's the line?
Yeah.
You're out of order. Yeah. This whole courtroom's out of order. The judge is out
It's from that movie.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Ashton?
I'm gonna go with my boy De Niro. Mean Streets. I haven't seen either one either, but I have been meaning to watch Mean Streets. I think, I just think I'd enjoy that a little bit more. So I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I haven't seen Injustice for All, but I've seen Mean Streets, and Mean Streets is good. It's kind of one of De Niro's sort of breakout movies. Yeah, very early Scorsese, and kind of their first collaboration. And it's good. It's not like overly amazing. It's got some stuff that they would build on in later movies, but it's still really solid. So I'll go Mean Streets.
Yeah.
Go Tony that.
Go to that. All right, got Serpico versus Son of a Woman. All right.
Okay.
All right. So we'll start with Jonathan.
Interesting. I'm very conflicted on Son of a Woman because it's been parodied to death. The phrase over and over and over and over again. And also another thing about that, this is when he finally won his Oscar for it, which, let's be honest, I don't think it's not the right film to win his first Oscar. I think we all would kind of agree on that. And compared to the other nominees he was nominated with, and let's be honest, I don't think he deserved that one. And it kind of called my reflection about the film, I'll be honest with you. Like, even he never won the Oscar, I think it would have been a fine, enjoyable movie. But if he won that, it kind of enjoyed my reflection of it. But that being said, I will go with Serpico. I think it kind of shows you post-Godfather, Gateway, sort of like that that babyface type of vibe, like basically trying to use more attractive along with it. This time he's rough, tough, and grit along with it. Get rid of all that. Basically poison in Serpico. So I will give my point to Serpico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ross.
So Ross?
I'm gonna go with Serpico only because Scent of a Woman is an okay movie. It's just just like I said, about the last stream I was on, Al Pacino actually has Robert Downey Jr. or Denzel Washington's Oscar. So I'm gonna go with Serpico.
Even Clint Eastwood, basically, I think it was Unforgiven. Was that same year? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
I would pick these three. Kind of won the Oscar.
Yeah. Well, Ashton, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with Serpico for me. I love this whole neo-noir kind of crime. Like I don't know. I haven't seen either one. Oh no, sorry. I saw Scent of a Woman. I forgot because honestly, I'm embarrassed to say, I don't think I even finished it.
it's not
I just
very
didn't
good.
think it was that interesting. It didn't do it for me at all. I know I've seen it. I can barely remember it, so I don't know. Maybe I turned it off, but Serpico haven't seen, but I'm just like reading about it. I'm looking at the aesthetic, and I'm like, yeah. I can see that I would.
That's a true story too.
I would enjoy that, you know. So I'm gonna go there.
Yeah. Austin.
Watched both of these this week actually for the first time because I owned them both on Blu-ray and I just hadn't gotten around to it, so it gave me an excuse. Sin of the Woman was okay. I mean, he's funny, like it is his character, but the movie's dragged out and too long. I loved Serpico. I thought Serpico was awesome. And yeah, if you want a really good true story, about this real guy that Pacino's playing, who was like a good cop who was trying to expose corruption within the NYPD. It's a good like 70s New York movie, which I love 70s New York movies. And yeah, it's interesting. He was nominated. Pacino was 4 years in a row for acting Oscars: 72, 73, 74, and 75. For Godfather, Serpico, Godfather 2, and Dog Day Afternoon. Didn't win for any of them, which is kind of insane.
Wow.
He should have won for something. He should have won for something. and if it was up to me, he would have won for Godfather 2. I think that was like his strongest one in the middle of all that. But he's great in Serpico, and it's totally different from like his Godfather role. Like it's completely different, and it shows his range. So yeah, I'm easily going Serpico. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I haven't seen Serpico, but I've seen Son of a Woman, and yeah, the movie's just kind of, it's fine. I mean, there's him playing a blind guy, and like the whole like hoo-ah, and then there is one good scene of them with Al Pacino at the dinner table with Bradley Whitford going back and forth. I do like that scene, but yeah, Serpico just seems kind of more something to be interested in, and it's to Sidney Lumet, however you say his name.
Sidney Lumet.
Yeah. And like, so he did like 12 Angry Men, Dog Day Afternoon. He did Network, like a bunch of those that are really good classics. So yeah, I'll probably like this one too. So I'll go Serpico.
All right. The movie won versus the movie was nominated. The movie nominated moves on.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. Sounds good. Got Cape Fear, the Scorsese remake, versus Meet the Parents. This is an interesting one. We'll see. Yeah.
Niro.
All right. So we'll go to Ross since Richie's not back yet. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Meet the Parents by a hair. I do like Cape Fear. I just prefer Meet the Parents slightly, but not like Robert De Niro is actually amazing in Cape Fear. Like that scene in the theater always creeps me out. So yeah.
Yeah.
That scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was he doing the whole time?
Well,
He smoked a cigar.
yeah.
That's really
Well,
good.
yeah. Well,
But you're voting for Meet the Parents. I just want to get that clear, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Ashley.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Classic.
Quotable. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Meet the Parents too. I love doing that. I thought it was so funny. I love to laugh, like when it'd have to be like something really, really good, like a really good drama to go up against one of my favorite comedies. You know, so yeah, Meet the Parents.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, I like both these movies a lot. I just came to the Cape Fear remake a couple of years ago, and yeah, it was really solid. I really liked it. De Niro's very, very creepy in it, and yeah, it almost becomes like a horror movie at certain points. It's really, really good. Nick Nolte's great in it, but yeah, I think I'll give the rub to Meet the Parents on this one, just because I feel like at least one of those Meet the Parents should go through. It should be the best one that goes through, and it's legitimately, De Niro is very, very funny in it, and it was a nice comedic turn, and it's just too bad they kind of overexploited his comedy stuff. They should have just left it, a few here and there. But yeah, I'll give it to his easily his best comedic performance in Meet the Parents for sure.
Yep, like Cape Fear though, 91. I think an underrated year in film too, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I've never seen Cape Fear, but I do know that seen it in the movie theater, and Max Caddy's one of the like classic like movie villains, but yeah, Meet the Parents is great though. They're just like really good comedy, especially like from Robert De Niro too. Like he's like I would say it's easily his funniest movie, and I'm also a big Ben Stiller guy, so like anything that he's in, like I'm there for it. So yeah, Meet the Parents.
Mm-hmm. All right, John.
Yeah, John.
I might be a little turned down, but I will say this about Cape Fear. And also fun facts about this film. This is the first film that's produced by Amblin Entertainment with an R rating. Believe it or not. That's Steven Spielberg's company produced this movie. He got R rated out of it. Because a little fun fact, he was supposed to direct it, believe it or not. And basically, him and Scorsese trade projects. And you know the other project that Scorsese had he was going to do originally?
What was that?
Schindler's List.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
They basically trade projects together, and both deservedly so. They both turn out to be great movies with them directing it. And you could argue sort of like a Spielberg Scorsese collaboration of sorts. It sort of like feels like more Holmesy feel to it, but with a Scorsese thriller twist to it. And I love the creep factor in the movie. The scenes that really terrified me, it's sort of a surprise in the film when De Niro's dressed up as the maid. It's just really sudden in the movie, and basically just out of nowhere, just chucking this one guy out, and it's really terrified me and scared me a lot. So I love this version of Cape Fear, and it's great. And I do love Meet the Parents, though. I will say this, and it's really very funny. Along with it, they're great with Ben Stiller in the film, and basically all the lines in the film along with it. So probably Meet the Parents might move advance, but I want to give my vote and love for Cape Fear, though.
No, that's fine. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
All right. I'm very glad that Spielberg directed. I'm like having Schindler's List, having a brain fart, but yeah, Schindler's List, and then Scorsese did Cape Fear. I'm glad they didn't flip flop.
Yeah. All right. So we got Joker, which we alluded to earlier with the De Niro, versus The Insider with Al Pacino. All right. So we'll go Ashton first.
Joker. Just push it right through. I love that. I love it.
Yep. Same. Austin?
Yeah, if I squeezed in one more movie before the show, I would have gone with The Insider because I bought the Blu-ray a while back. I just haven't gotten to it. I know it was nominated for Best Picture and stuff. It's supposed to be really good. I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, Joker's in my top 100. I love Joker to pieces. And yeah, it's a nice little alternate universe where you think if Rupert Pupkin was actually funny, and was successful, that he would be the talk show host in the movie. But yeah, it's a nice little allusion to that. And I love Joker to pieces. I think it's great. So I'll go Joker.
Yeah. The Joker's so good. Like, it's one of those movies I go back to like all the time. I've seen it at least like 6 or 7 times. Now I saw it I think 3 times though in theaters. Like, I just went back because I found people that hadn't seen it. I'm like, oh, you got to see this movie. It's so good. And yeah, just like the commentary, just like the like some of the lines, especially when he's talking to the psychiatrist. Like that's like hands down one of my favorite scenes. Is like when he's like, you don't really listen to me. Like, you just ask how my day is, if I'm having any bad thoughts, and he's like, all I have are bad thoughts. Like, and you're not listening. And like, it's just like, I don't know, like some of those lines I get the chills from, just like the way that it's delivered and the whole tone of it. Even just some of the scenes without even dialogue, like at the end when he's standing on that cop car at the end and it just pans out, and it's just like so good. Like, it's almost like you could put the word masterpiece next to it, and like I'd be totally okay with that. So yeah, Joker. I've never seen The Insider, so.
I have never saw The Insider. I wanted to, because the description of The Insider basically is more relevant to sort of danger and basically just paranoia in general. So I had never seen it. I wanted to, but I haven't. Joker, though, I have seen in IMAX, and it's really terrifying. Joaquin Phoenix is really fantastic in the film, and you feel the sort of the dread throughout the film is like throughout the cinematography, the directing, and even the score by it, though. The score is just really haunting. Like, sort of like, you know, like that Silence of the Lambs feel to it, like basically, and score-wise, it's just feeling like a creep factor to it, just really dreads throughout the film. So I'll give my slight point to Joker, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from the director of The Hangover comes The Joker.
Yeah, it's his best movie.
It's kind of interesting, yeah.
Todd Phillips,
yeah. But, all right, so the Joker.
Ross.
Ross.
The Joker. Yeah. I'm gonna go for Joker, but The Insider still is really good. It's actually it's actually my second favorite Michael Mann movie. So yeah, but still, but the Joker, is amazing. But like like the Inside is still really good. But Joker, it has to be Joker for me. But Inside,
well, it won't be the only Michael Mann on this movie, obviously, or Michael Mann movie on this list, obviously. So we'll see another one. He'll have another chance here in a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll go down to we got Midnight Run with De Niro and Charles Grodin versus Backdraft.
Oh no! This is one of the movies I sent.
Yeah, it's in here. All right,
I think Austin.
Yeah, I'm up first. Backdraft is all right. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it's okay. I've tried to go back to it a couple times. It has some good sequences. I love the cast, but I don't know. I've never been super into it. But yeah, I've seen Midnight Run a couple of times. I dig it. It's a really good road comedy, buddy movie. I think Charles Grodin has some really great comedic timing, and yeah, like it doesn't get recognized as one of De Niro's better sort of comedies because he's playing the straight man. But I think it's a lot of fun, man. I love me some Midnight Run, so I'll go Midnight Run.
Yeah. So I have seen both of these, and yeah, Backdraft is okay. I mean, I think that's fine to me. Like whenever this comes up, I just bring up that when they used to have the Backdraft experience at Universal Studios. I kind of like that even more than the movie. I don't know, but the Midnight Run though is great. Yeah, like Robert De Niro giving a great performance before he started kind of phoning it in, and then Charles Grodin, man, like I miss Charles Grodin, like he was one of my favorite actors growing up. Like he was really, really good, and it's probably because I saw Beethoven first, and then I was like, who is this guy? And I'll go back and watch a whole bunch of his other stuff. But yeah, just a fun kind of buddy like road trip movie that's a really good time. So I'll go with Midnight Run. Yeah.
All right, Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Since you invite me into the show, the one of the movies I send to make sure you have, which is Backdraft. And the reason why I'm sort of torn on it because I love Midnight Run. Thanks to Matt knows talk about this movie a lot. I watched it the first time because he's raving about it many years ago, and I love every bit of it. Every joke landed in the movie very well. It was a good story. Like my favorite part in the movie in Midnight Run is sort of about the dollar bill thing. So they needed money, and basically they pretend. Well, Grodin's pretend sort of a pseudo cop, and basically pretend to counterfeit the money, so they needed money to basically got back along with it. So that's one of my favorite parts. It's one of my favorite roles of all of them. Charles Grodin, either this, Beethoven, and even his small role in Dave, I thought it was funny in it. Basically, it's hard. I love Backdraft. It's corny, yes, but I know it's meant to be corny, but I just love sort of the practical effects mainly with the fire. Like, it's no surprise there was no CG in that fire shot. There was basically the techniques. I read the behind the scenes stuff of it, how they do it along with it. So I'm torn because you know what? I have a weird feeling the panel is going. I'm going to be slightly the odd man out. I'm going to represent the movie I kind of sent, but for many it's Backdraft though. Plus, De Niro's part in the film is a good supporting role on this sort of investigate some of the Backdraft fires. So I'll give the movie I kind of sent as sort of represented slightly to Backdraft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that Backdraft experience was notoriously known for like almost burning down Universal Studios. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. That's why they got rid of it. So yeah, but Ross,
I'm actually gonna go with Backdraft. It's in my top 100. I do love Midnight Run, and like, isn't Yaphet Kotto in Midnight Run or no?
Yeah, he's the main. He's like the main FBI guy that's kind of running after him the whole movie too. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but I'm gonna go with Backdraft. I do love Backdraft, and I love the mystery of Backdraft. But like Midnight Run, I watched like during the pandemic, and it's still really good. So I'm gonna go with Backdraft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Ashton.
I kind of have this visceral experience of Backdraft because my whole family's firefighters. Like my dad's a firefighter, my brother's a firefighter, my uncle's a firefighter. My dad and my brother were firefighters up kind of closer to you, Jordan.
Oh, nice.
And and I just remember my dad's like a really big baby, especially with movies. His favorite movie is Beauty and the Beast, of all time.
Oh, nice.
Hey, at least it's a good movie. At least it's a good movie that it's like his favorite movie. That's a good movie.
Yeah. Good movie. Yeah.
That's fine.
And I just remember seeing this like watching him watch this when I was a kid, when he was like just starting his career. He was like toward the beginning of his career, you know? And like it's it's not like super authentic, like, but in a lot of ways it is though. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. I haven't seen Midnight Run, but like I feel like there's a good chance I would actually enjoy that one.
Sorry. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh
Hey.
yeah, I forgot it's like full daytime where Richie is. Are you in Australia or New
He's
Zealand?
in Australia. He's in Australia.
You are, yeah. So it's like what, 2 p.m. there.
Yeah, it's like lunchtime there for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking and I'm like, this is, what are you guys doing over there? Like moving furniture?
Yeah, he's moving into a new place, so he's got movers going in. Right now.
Definitely a natural light coming in, like a sunlight. I totally forgot about that. Right? Yeah, so I'm gonna go. I would love to see Midnight Run, but I'm gonna go with Backtrack.
Okay. Well, now that Richie's here, I think we can get a quick vote from him before he. Now that he's here, so Richie, if you can hear us.
Yeah.
Midnight Run versus Backdraft.
I'll be in and out, but Backdraft is pretty good, underrated. But Midnight Run's underrated. So it's hard for me. I probably more my speed is probably Midnight Run, so I'm gonna go there.
Oh, Richie got here just in time to make it a tie, but since Jonathan's on the bottom, how it works is our tiebreaker rotates up the ladder. Just one person gets the tie-breaking vote, so we work it on up. But it starts with Jonathan, and you can either stick with what you had, or you can flip. So you have all the power. So Jonathan, you're gonna stick with Backdraft, or you flip at Midnight. It's up to you.
I had the fire in part of my hands, and man, wow, this is hard. Where did I put my coin? Great. No, I lost it. I can't put my coin flip. Okay, all right. I'll just real quick. You know what? I think there was one more De Niro comedy. I think it's in there. Maybe might use that as replacement with Midnight Run. So I'll go to my gut. I'm picking Backdraft at the moment.
Okay.
Sorry, disappointing. I was enjoying it. I have a soft spot for that movie.
That's okay. Hey, you like him? Hey, you like it? That's fine. I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. Richie, if you want to look, I'll scroll up real slow just so you can see what happened. We're about to slide in the next bracket, but I'll scroll up so you can see what happened at least.
All right.
Where you're going. We had Joker over The Insider.
Yeah,
we
sure.
Had Meet the Parents over Cape Fear.
Okay.
Serpico over Son of a Woman. Mean Streets over Injustice for All.
Sure.
Irishman over Silver Linings. Taxi Driver over Godfather 3. Dick Tracy over Frankenstein. Sea of Love over Righteous Kill. King of Comedy over Carlito's Way. Untouchables over Meet the Fockers. The Fan. I think that's where you bumped out. So yeah, everything else, Raging Bull, Dream Grandpa. There we go.
So, no egregious things there, so that's fine.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. A couple of close ones, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
So,
You had said that you really only close to egregious one, and maybe Midnight Run. But
boy, the most lopsided match of the most lopsided match.
Do we have to? Okay, how about this?
So,
how about this? How about this? Let's just raise your hand just for Goodfellas to get it out of the way. Raise your hand.
Goodfellas, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Raise your hand.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I mean, listen. To be fair, Jack and Jill came up in the wheel, and I was like, pretty much anything it goes up against, unless it's as bad, is going to win. So it just is what it is. So yeah, Goodfellas.
Jack and Jill's probably the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah,
a great movie, but it's one of the worst movies of all time.
Movies of all time. It's one of the greatest movies of all time. Yes. All right.
Yeah, we need to talk about some Dunkachinos there. With Jack and Jill.
All right, so it's Donnie Brasco versus Insomnia. This is a tough match, actually. These two good movies. So, yeah, so we'll start with Jordan on this one.
Of course, because it's going to be a two I haven't seen. So, and Donnie Brasco, is that like a detective movie or cop movie? Or
Donnie Brasco is, Pacino's like kind of a gangster. He's like not quite a leader, but he's kind of right under that. And then Johnny Depp is undercover, kind of infiltrating them. He's an undercover cop, kind of learning from him and kind of having conflicting emotions about kind of, Al Pacino and all that. And then, obviously, Insomnia is the Chris Nolan movie with Robin Williams stuff too. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know anything about Donnie Brasco. With Insomnia, it's been on here enough times that I've kind of looked into it, and I've watched the trailer and that kind of thing. I know a little bit, and Insomnia looks good. Like it looks like one I want to see, especially that Robin Williams performance. So yeah, I'll vote Insomnia.
Insomnia, okay. Jonathan.
Wow, this is another two both horror. Both of them are great movies, and both are very uniquely on sort of a cop genre thing. Because with Donnie Brasco, though, this is arguably one of the top best performance from Johnny Depp in that movie. So he plays in both roles, and not only he had to be undercover along with it, but when the film progresses, he sort of going to lead into sort of the mob aspect to it, just sort of went in. And then one of the film's tense scenes in the movie basically was involved sort of his and I can spoil what happens. It's sort of involved a shoot in a restaurant, though. It's a pretty brutal scene in the movie, along with it. And with Insomnia, though, isn't maybe an underrated Chris Nolan film. If you're looking for his filmography along with it, it's sort of like basically sort of like a mystery along with it. Basically, sort of a Manhunter story, basically with Robert Williams' detective character. Basically, the pun intended, has a Zamia in the film. Basically, along with it, trying to hunt down Robert Williams' killer character. So I'm torn between both. So I will go slightly to Donnie Brasco though to keep it evenly. So I guess a little bit more. Pacino in the film is basically sort of like when you sort of his final scene with him in the film, it's sort of like more, not to say like a father-son relationship for us.
Did he freeze for everybody else?
He froze, but I think he was waiting for Donnie Brasco. So
you're trying to figure out if that was my internet going out again. I'm like, what happened there?
Yeah, I think he's waiting for Donnie Brasco.
You got what I said. You got what I said, right?
Donnie Brasco. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
that's fine. I got you, Richie.
All right.
Yeah, Donnie Brasco's it's a really good sort of gangster film. I love it, but I'm more of a Nolan guy for the most part. Just hit and miss recently, but like Insomnia is very underrated and really good movie. So I'm going to go Insomnia.
Ross, yeah.
I'm gonna go with actually Donnie Brasco and Jordan. I could really see you digging Donnie Brasco. So Brasco,
I probably would.
Probably good too. Mm-hmm. But Donnie Brasco,
Yeah. Well, we have Ashton's husband Tony sitting in for a minute. How's it going? So you got some thoughts on Donnie Brasco versus Insomnia?
You know what? I gotta be honest. I haven't seen either one.
Well, me either, so it's all right.
Well, you can either vote or you can just abstain and watch. That's up to you. We'll let you decide what you want to do. If you want to fill in for Ashton, you're welcome to do so.
Yeah, because you can vote for which one you'd like to see, or
you can vote for any reason. So I mean, if there's one that sounds more interesting,
I need to know the actors who's.
Donnie Brasco is Al Pacino and Johnny Depp, kind of an undercover gangster sort of movie, and Insomnia is Al Pacino solving a Alaska murder, and Robin Williams is kind of a serial killer. They're swinging up, and they disappeared. Uh-oh.
And we lost. Let me see if they're
crazy.
Oh well, he can vote when he comes back. Austin. You can
I saw Donnie Brasco for the first time, like probably 6 months ago on Netflix. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was like amazing. I think it just missed that kind of extra gear to really like put it over for me. But I really like Insomnia. I think it's super underrated, and Robin's great in it. So I'll go Insomnia. But Tony, you cut off before you got a chance to vote. So
I think I'm going to go with Donnie Brasco.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll actually make it a tie to Richie with Tony's vote. So Richie,
yeah.
You got some like Insomnia though. It's about perpetual daylight too.
Yeah, so good. I'm gonna keep my vote. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it could be like
right.
And then like
Alaska.
Yeah.
All right. Insomnia. Now we got Heat, the other Michael Mann movie with both of them, obviously, versus Any Given Sunday. Al Pacino. All right, Jonathan.
Okay. I all know I think the rest of the panel is going to pick, and I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to vote Heat, but I will say this about Any Given Sunday. As sort of the local sports guy, football fan myself, it's sort of like not as crazy as far as some people may say about this film. I think it's a little bit more turn off is more their style along with it. But you may take that out of it. There are some stuff in underlings of football along with it is sort of like people getting credit for, mainly with team doctors, concussion protocols, and sort of like being animated with sort of an old school coach basically trying to move on the modern game a little bit. Plus, Pacino's speech in the movie along with it is fantastic. Basically, trying to bring up sort of the third act in the film along with it. And it's also the last good Oliver Stone film he ever made. So, but that being said, I will go Heat because it's Heat. Basically, is a great film. So I got nothing to say about that. So I will put my vote to Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Richie?
Yeah, both really good movies, but I'm gonna go. I think Heat's really good. So Any Given Sunday is good, but I think Heat just a bit better. So I'll go Heat.
Yeah. Ross.
Well, Heat, I do love Any Given Sunday, but Heat is my second favorite movie of all time, so I'm gonna have to go with Heat.
Yeah. Well, Tony, what do you think here?
Heat. I saw Heat when I was, and I gotta say it's definitely. I mean, not just the fact that I wouldn't even pick Any Given Sunday anyways, but
yeah,
just because it's such a great movie and it's the better of the two either way in my opinion. So
yeah.
Oh yeah. Austin.
Yeah, Any Given Sunday is okay. I've gone back to it occasionally over the years, trying to get more out of it than I do. It's got a good cast. It's all right. I'm just not really a big Oliver Stone fan. But yeah, I love Heat. Heat's great, and I think the hype actually lived up to it. With those guys in the movie actually together and having scenes with each other. Obviously, they were both in Godfather 2, but they didn't have any scenes together for obvious reasons. But yeah, I think their face-off is great, and obviously, who doesn't love that? That shootout in LA. It's one of the best action sequences ever. So yeah, I'll go Heat.
Yeah. And for this one, since we got an Al Pacino matchup, I'm just going to show this off at some point. Someone gave me this as a white elephant gift, but I got I'm just going to put it full screen. Al Pacino in a snow globe there, which is like Al Pacino on one side and then Tupac on the other side for some reason. I don't know why, just a random white elephant gift. So
I feel like Tupac could have been in Heat somewhere. He was alive at the
time.
Yeah,
he could have.
I feel like he could have been like some of the side characters for some reason.
Even like I will say this. If Tupac would have still be alive in 1999, he will definitely play the LA Cool J character in Any Given Sunday.
Right.
Oh yeah,
something like that too. Yeah, I feel like
he
could have been in an Al Pacino movie at some point. Yeah, he could have slid in somewhere. And like in Heat, he could have been like the Dennis Haysbert part, like the driver, or something. You know what I mean? Like he could have done something.
Yeah, because like he was actually supposed to be in the movie Baby Boy, but then he died.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Tupac.
Yeah. And I actually have seen both these movies, and they're both good. But I think Any Given Sunday, though, like it's just very stylized. Like I didn't expect it to be like that kind of like stylized and just like I don't know. Like I'm a big sports movie fan, and like even like I recognize that it's good, but it's not really my style.
Well, Oliver Stone isn't exactly known for his sports movie prowess, so let's just put it that way.
No, he's known for things like JFK and Wall Street, and I don't know, like that kind of stuff, or like Platoon even. But so yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but like Heat's great too, but like I always kind of chalk up Heat to like one really good like bank robbery scene, like probably the best ever put to film in my opinion, but then like the rest of the movie though it doesn't do a lot for me, so I mean, but you do get some like fun lines from Al Pacino that she's got a great ass and your head's all the way up in there and like so yeah, like it's fun, but so I'll go with Heat. Yeah,
all right.
Heat
going through, and then we'll go to, let's see, we got Angel Heart versus Copland. All right. And yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, Copland's the Stallone movie, and yeah, it's kind of a corrupt cop sort of movie, kind of like Serpico actually. And Angel Heart is where De Niro plays the devil. So, and finally enough, we have two movies on here where Pacino played the devil in one movie, and De Niro played the devil in one movie. So, they each have a devil movie. Nice. So Richie had to dip out for a second. He was next, but we'll go to Ross first.
I'm gonna, as much as I love Angel Heart, Copland, I think, is actually an underrated movie, and it's like might be Sylvester Stallone's best performance. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Copland, but I do love De Niro as his character name, like Louis Cypher.
Get it, Lou Cipher. Get it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's like one of those like Mad Gab. If you put the two together,
Right.
Lou Cypher.
Lou Cipher. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tony, what do you think? Have you seen either of these?
You know, I haven't seen either one, but I gotta say, Copland looks pretty interesting, and I definitely need a little bit more of films with Stallone that I need to watch. So I think that one would probably be one that I'd be watching next.
Well, I've heard it's one of his better movies. I haven't seen it either, but Austin.
Yeah, Copland's great, and yeah, Stallone actually plays like a very mild manner, kind of shy, pudgy, like local sheriff, and dealing with like these NYPD guys, and yeah, it's got an insane cast. I mean, it's Keitel, it's De Niro, it's Ray Liotta, it's Robert Patrick, Michael Rappaport, like everybody's in this movie. Like it's a really good cast. And yeah, it's your boy Jordan. It's James Mangold, one of his early movies. Your Logan guy who directed Logan. So it's really good.
Nice.
Really good early movie for him. So yeah, it's really underrated. Angel Heart is fun. Like De Niro's good. But yeah, I've seen Copland a couple times. I really like this movie with Copland.
Yeah, for me, I'm saying Angel. What? I've never heard of it, so I don't know. but yeah, Copland would have been one I would have gotten around to watching if I would have had like an extra like day or so to watch movies. But yeah, like for especially Stallone and Ray Liotta and Harvey Keitel, like and just all those guys together, De Niro. So yeah, like I mean that's a pretty stacked cast, and yeah, the premise just sounds cool too, like corrupt cops in a small town and that. So yeah, I'll vote Copland. Yeah.
Jonathan.
Funny enough, I actually heard more information about Angel Heart than I saw the film Angel Heart. I do know De Niro's playing the devil, and I know technically the lead is Mickey Rourke in the film. And correct me if I'm wrong, there's also like Lisa Bonet is in that movie.
Bonet, yeah, she's like the main girl in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think they have a hot sex scene in the movie, I suppose. But this guy Mickey Rourke beat up, messed up his face. Well. Anyway, I will go to Copland. It's really a great movie. It's really one of the early films from James Mangold. That was sort of his first big studio film, working with some big stars and heavy hitters along with it. And I think it was at the time before Creed. There was a lot of Stallone role that's sort of like more of a not only more of a serious one, more serious buzz around that time for Oscar nod. And he was really great in the movie. It really brings a little reserve role along with it, even though if you know about his characters, some reserve flashbacks. So I will go my pick to Copland.
Yeah, be a clean sweep for Copland.
Well, Austin, Angel Eyes could show up as on our term of it's Angel Heart. Okay, that's why I was gonna say. Like I looked up something and a totally different movie came up. Okay, that's why.
No. Angel Heart.
The tournament with the same title. I was gonna say that could show up on that tournament with the same title.
No.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
this one is not a romance at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Scroll down. We got The Recruit with Al Pacino and Colin Farrell versus The Devil's Advocate. Speaking of devil movies, there's Pacino's devil movie. Yeah. All right. So we'll go to Tony first. Yeah.
I'm looking up The Recruit because I've never seen it.
Came out in 2002, the year I worked at the theater, so I saw it there. It's like an FBI thing. Colin Farrell's like a new recruit, and Pacino's his supervisor teaching him. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would go with The Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
Not that I'm against this. I just so far I'm not really connected.
No, that's not the same one.
It's not the same one.
No, type in The Recruit movie.
What's this?
Oh, okay.
It's a
there's a TV show right now.
That's from the TV show.
All right. I was like,
okay.
Yeah, either way, I think it's
no.
Yeah, I got you. All right. I saw The Recruit when I was in theaters. Like I said, it's fine. It's a passable little crime movie. I'm a big fan of The Devil's Advocate. It's a super guilty pleasure, and Keanu's got kind of a silly Southern accent in it, but he's fun. And come on, who doesn't love Pacino? Just over the top as the devil, especially in the final sequence. Like he's really really great, and you get to see Charlize Theron naked. So like, what's wrong with that?
For that, she's my favorite actress working today.
And that redheaded chick at the end who's new too is really hot as well. So it's really great. So I'm gonna go Devil's Advocate.
Yeah. So I actually saw The Devil's Advocate for the first time this week. I watched it. I haven't seen The Recruit. The Devil's Advocate's good, but for me, I just like it for all the Keanu Reeves stuff. Like I wasn't like as big on Al Pacino necessarily, but like Keanu Reeves is given like a really interesting accent. Like, you mean to tell me you came all the way out here to recruit me to go all the way to New York City?
He's trying to do a Southern accent, but in the beginning of the movie, he's working out of Gainesville, Florida, which is like an hour from where I used to live, like in Jacksonville, like with University of Florida. Like, people from Gainesville do not talk like that. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
It's not completely backwoods like Arkansas accent. Like, they just talk like Floridians.
Yeah,
like,
right. Yeah, like it's a really backwoods and almost hillbilly kind of accent,
right.
almost kind of, because like he was doing it. Charlize Theron, a bunch of those were have the accent, but it was good though. Like I actually like really dug Keanu in it. So I mean, I know this is like De Niro versus Al Pacino, but like I'm kind of hit and miss with Pacino. So with these movies, I got to even like look to some of the other people, and you got Keanu and Charlize Theron. So and I'm not always big on like courtroom cases, but the way that they do it's really cool. So I'll look The Devil's Advocate. Yeah.
All right, Jonathan.
I picked The Devil's Advocate. Also, is nail on the head. It's the definition of a guilty pleasure. It's really the movie's selling point for me. It's really Pacino as the devil and how much he hands it up a lot. Basically, it's like imagine his devil's like basically Snow on cocaine, and basically it just like insanely approached when he was getting legit upset and fired just along in the background along with it. That's the devil when I see it. So I would go as more of a guilty pleasure factor. I'm picking Devil's Advocate because The Recruit I have never saw.
Yeah. Well, Ross, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Devil's Advocate. I saw The Recruit on DVD when it first came out, and I remember it was decent. I mean,
it's fine. It's the definition of like it's fine.
I remember being bored throughout most of it. So Devil's Advocate's really good, and like Craig T. Nelson actually underrated in it too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, forgot he was even in that. Yeah.
All right. Devil's Advocate.
All
right. So next we got Dog Day Afternoon versus Bristow. All right. So this one's going to be me first. Yeah. Bristow is one of those interesting sort of mob kind of gangster movies that a lot of people forget about, but it's not a bad little movie. From like the early 90s with De Niro. It's okay. But yeah, I really like Dog Day Afternoon. I think it's early Pacino, which I think he was pretty great in the 70s. And John Cazale's awesome in that movie, like, as his lover, kind of gay lover. And John Cazale was always great for the couple of movies he was in before he passed away. Yeah, just a great little kind of bank robbery gone wrong movie, So I dig it. I'm gonna go Dog Day Afternoon. I know Jordan didn't like it, but I dig it.
I mean, I won't say that I hated it. I just kind of think that like Al Pacino in a lot of his roles are kind of like meh to me. So that's just kind of what it was for me. It just kind of like, but I know the point of Dog Day Afternoon is like a bank robbery, and then it just drags out all day long and like into the night and stuff. But I feel like nothing's really happening though. Like they're in there almost kind of palling around like inside the bank, like not doing a whole lot, and I'm just like okay, like let's just like get on with it, kind of like, I don't know. I thought it was fine. I don't know, but and also Al Pacino almost sounded kind of like, on the way that his voice was, a young Al Pacino, like almost unrecognizable as far as his voice goes. I'm like that doesn't sound like Al Pacino.
He makes a specific turn in the way he acts from Scarface on.
Yeah.
Where he's very much like way more over the top, like as opposed to all of his 70s movies, he's very low key, kind of shy, Al Pacino, Serpico, the two Godfathers, things like that. He's very like he's not as that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't do a lot of that in the early movies.
Yeah, yeah, right, yeah. But and then A Bronx Tale, I haven't seen it, but I remember when back when they had Collider Live, they had the guy Lilo Brancato on there as a guest, and he's the guy that played the young, I think, Robert De Niro, and they said that
he plays like his son, and
that apparently he looks just like him too, like if what they were all saying, and then he ended up going to jail and then like getting out and like really turning his life around. But I mean, I'm a big fan of Chad Palminteri too. I like him too, and then of course Joe Pesci. But I mean, I don't know. Like this one's kind of tough. I didn't love Dog Day Afternoon and The Bronx Tale. I've never seen, but I think I would maybe even dig A Bronx Tale more. So I'll just go with The Bronx Tale. So,
Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan.
I actually seen A Bronx Tale about a year ago, actually. And for the very first time, actually, it's a very unique movie because this is like, I don't think this is the only time or a few instances that De Niro actually attempted directing it, believe it or not. And it was a very unique sort of semi-biographical because it was written by Chas Palminteri himself, and apparently De Niro saw a play of him sort of based off it and trying to adapt it into a film, actually. And really, Chas is really the best part of the film, along with one of the plays De Niro's son in the movie along with it. And I do love one of my favorite parts of Bronx Tale when De Niro sort of talking to his son and basically said, if you pretend to do something, has to set, you had nothing of it. Like in the scene in the bus, basically, when he was talking to his son when he was little. I can't begin what that dialogue was, but it was that scene in the film was one of the best parts of the film. It was the best one in dialogue along with it. So, as much I love Bronx Tale, I will give slightly that to Dog Day Afternoon because it's really more social themes in the movie. It's sort of prevalent right now when it came out in the 70s. So I will go slightly to Dog Day Afternoon.
All right.
Yeah.
And Russ.
I'm gonna go with A Bronx Tale. I do like Dog Day Afternoon, but A Bronx Tale, I watched it like during the pandemic because I'd never seen it, and then it was amazing. I was expecting to like it, but I didn't think I'd like it that much. And the kid was a really good actor too.
Yeah.
Is Tony or Ashton there, or is it just you right now? Tony, you still there?
Okay.
We can't see you at all. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I haven't seen A Bronx Tale, but I gotta say I really, really love Dog Day Afternoon. I saw it a long time ago, and I remember thinking at the time that the whole like the main reason why he was doing what he was doing for it being such an old movie, like it was crazy that that was even the story, that he was there for.
This movie's 50 years ahead of its time as far as social issues.
Yeah,
it's kind of nuts.
Yeah, like it's got the transgender stuff and all that. Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I mean, I don't, I know, I forget who made the comment, but I don't think I have watched it and like ever felt like I wasn't entertained. I was really into the story. I mean, but I guess that's subjective, based off whatever it is that each one of us enjoys. And I enjoyed it. I really like that movie.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's gonna be close, but 3-2 for Dog Day Afternoon. All right. So we'll scoot on down to Simone versus Ocean's 13 is what that is with Pacino. Shows up. So, Jordan. Yeah.
So I've never seen Simone. You said that Simone has Pacino in it. Is that what?
Well, yeah, Simone is Pacino. Yeah, that came out when I worked at the theater too. It's like he creates a CGI sort of star, that's like fake, but she becomes like kind of like he tries to pretend that she's real with like body doubles and people under, hats and sunglasses and stuff, but like she's not real, and then it gets out of hand, essentially. Okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Yeah, and then Ocean's 13, I thought was pretty good. I thought that it was back to the form of Ocean's 11. Like I did not like Ocean's 12. I just thought it was weird, but just kind of bringing it back and it worked. It's my second favorite of all the Ocean's movies that have ever been made, and Yeah, so I'll vote Ocean's 13. So
all right, John.
Yeah.
I gonna go on the one film I did see was actually Ocean's 13, and Jordan, you're hitting on the head. They knew what went wrong with Ocean's 12 along with it to get rid of some of the problems with that film. It basically
Yeah.
sort of, not say like back to basics approach when they would love about Ocean's 11 along with it. So adding Pacino into a mix of it really elevated that along with it. So I will give my point to Ocean's 13.
Yeah.
Yes. Sounds good.
Welcome back, Richie. Richie.
Yeah. It's gonna be a very dip in, dip out episode, but I should be here for a while now. Simone, I've heard of, haven't seen, I haven't heard good enough things to check it out, but I might check it out one day. It's not high on my list.
Richie, you're fine.
Okay. All right.
As somebody who's seen Simone, you're fine.
Yeah, okay,
yeah, you're fine.
And Ocean's 13, good. It's not my favorite Oceans, but it's better than 12. So yeah, I'll go Ocean's 13.
All right.
Yeah.
Ross, okay. I'm going to go with Ocean's 13. I actually seen Simone. I saw it opening weekend in the theaters, and I've had literally no desire to go back to it. I remember it being like really weird and kind of depressing and boring. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Ocean's 13. Ocean's 13 isn't great, but I love Andy Garcia. You know, is always underrated to me. So yeah, I'm gonna go with wait, Andy Garcia's in it, right?
What's that?
Yeah, I think
Andy Garcia.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with
he comes back on the first one to help them. Yeah, with the new heist or whatever. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Simone. I mean, Ocean 13. I did not.
yeah. No, you
Tony.
Tony.
I gotta be honest. I'm not big into like gambling movies or like just casino movies in general. I've never watched Simone, but I can tell you that I've only watched Ocean's 11 whenever it came out, and I never watched anything past that because I lost interest after watching Ocean's 11. So I gotta say I would have to give Simone a chance, just because.
Go ahead. Well, you might not be like big into when the movie Casino pops up. There's a total movie about gambling and stuff. but
Casino.
Austin.
Yeah, I've seen. Like I said, I've seen Simone, which is why I'm voting for Ocean's 13. All right, so
okay,
all right,
Ocean's 13.
All right, so we'll scroll down to Scarface versus Keely.
Oh man,
we even need
to Scarface.
Well, Jordan can talk about Scarface when we next round, maybe.
Yeah,
stop and talk about it.
Because I watched Scarface for the first time, like literally today. But we'll talk about the next round. Yeah.
What, Russ?
I'm going for Scarface.
Well, I think we all are. That's why we're gonna skip it.
I hate it.
We'll save some time on this. We'll talk about Scarface later. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go with Ronan. Versus New York, Scorsese movie. For anybody who doesn't know, it's a really weird Martin Scorsese musical with De Niro and Liza Minnelli where he plays the saxophone. It's very strange.
Really?
Like 77.
Goofy.
It's a very weird movie. And Ronan is Ronan. So
even sexy sax man.
He sure is. Him and Liza Minnelli. Yeah. So all right, Jonathan.
All right. New York is one of the weird Scorsese films I had never saw. And even some Scorsese completist fans have said that's arguably his worst film, if I recall. And with Ronin, it was a great. I always see Ronin once, and I thought it was a very good movie. It was a very good car chases in the film along with it. So that's all I can say about that. So I'll give my point to Ronin.
Yeah. Well, Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't seen New York, one of my Scorsese blind spots. And Ronan was decent. So I'm going to go Ronan.
Yeah. Ross.
Actually, I'm gonna go with Ronin. That actually interests more. I have not seen either, but like Ronin interests more. But I will see New York, New York after I'm done with my Spielberg thing. I think the next director I'm gonna go through is actually Scorsese, because like I like to go through the director's whole filmography. But I'm gonna go with Ronin, and plus like doesn't Ronin have the always underrated Jean Reno?
Jean Reno.
Yeah.
John Reno.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always underrated. So I'm gonna go with him. Ronin.
Yeah.
Always underrated. John Reno. You know who he is?
Tony, yeah.
Look him up. You'll know him.
He's Leon the Professional. That's who he is.
Yeah.
I haven't seen either one, but I'm looking them up right now, and I think I would probably enjoy New York, New York more. I just love 70s films, and especially when these guys are a lot younger, I really enjoy.
Yeah, Ronin those really good. Ronin is supposed to be really good. Like it's a '90s chase picture.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll look into it.
Yeah. Well, sounds good.
Tony, I love 70s New York movies as well, but I'm not into musicals, so I'm a vote for Ronin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Somehow I missed that it was a musical.
It's a goofy musical with him and Liza Minnelli. It's very weird.
Hey, me either. I don't like musicals at all.
Yeah, so it's very 70s, very New York, but it's a musical.
I heard about that movie. It's actually going to turn into a real Broadway musical with Lin-Manuel Miranda and Paul, believe it or not. So,
yeah, I think I've heard some things about that too. But I've never seen either one of these. But looking up the synopsis for Ronin, and it seems pretty interesting. They're like trying to steal a briefcase, and they put together this team, but they don't know who they can trust and who they can. And like it seems interesting. Like I'd probably like it way better than New York, New York. I'm not a musical guy either, and like it's, and even more Liza Minnelli musicals. No, so it'll be Ronin.
Yeah. All right. I'm scrolling on down to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Pacino versus The Deer Hunter.
Oh,
all right. Yeah. Richie.
Oh, look.
Sorry, I did a Steven.
That's all right.
Yeah, I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I like both these movies. My logic is De Niro is somewhat in Deer Hunter more than Pacino's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So I'm going to go with Deer Hunter here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Deer Hunter. I do love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but like Deer Hunter is a classic. And then like like it actually like have like also already pointed out one of the most underrated actors ever, and that is John Cazale. He had one of the greatest careers ever. So so I'm gonna go with the Deer Hunter.
Yeah. Tony.
Haven't seen either one, but the Deer Hunter is looking pretty good to me.
Yeah. Same here. I haven't seen either one, and the Deer Hunter's looking better. But Austin.
I'm not a huge fan of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think it's okay. But I watched Deer Hunter this week for the first time. It was one of my blind spots. And it's a long movie. It's a near 3-hour movie, and it's kind of a Vietnam movie. But it takes a while to get there. It's a lot of character setup with him and Christopher Walken, very young Christopher Walken from like 78. John Cazale and Meryl Streep. But once they get to Vietnam, there's some of the craziest scenes ever. There's a pretty infamous Russian roulette scene that's pretty bonkers, and it's very, very tense and very crazy. And as far as performances go, De Niro's really great, and it's very unhinged and kind of nuts. So I'll go with Deer Hunter on this one. I love a good 70s kind of gritty movie.
Yeah. So I haven't seen. Well, no. Actually, I have seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I haven't seen the Deer Hunter, and I'm not huge on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I do like a few things in it, like especially when Brad Pitt goes out and finds all those girls they're in those like trailer park area, kind of they're like almost being held hostage or whatever. I think that's pretty interesting, but I don't love it. But the Deer Hunter seems really, really good, and John Cazale again from Dog Day Afternoon.
And Godfather 1 and 2. Yeah, he was in both of those. He's the only guy. He had 5 movies. The interesting factoid that everybody says about him: he was only in 5 movies where he passed away, all nominated for Best Picture. Godfather, the Godfather Conversation, Godfather 2, Dog Day Afternoon, and Deer Hunter, all nominated for Best
Yes,
Picture.
no. Do you know how many won Best Picture do? 3 out of 5 won Best Picture.
3 out of 5.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And I'm a big fan of Christopher Walken, like even young Christopher Walken. And you throw in Robert De Niro and Meryl Streep, and that sounds pretty good to me. So it sounds actually probably even better than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And usually I don't vote too much against Quentin Tarantino. But I will this time so that you're
And
yeah.
So I'm making a clean sweep. Deer Hunter, and I like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There is a moment I actually do like in the film, and for me, Deer Hunter is taking it just blows that movie out of the water. Honestly, like it's really more cerebral movie along with sort of like the dark tendency once they go into Vietnam along with it. So more crazy along with it. So I will go Deer Hunter.
Yeah. There's a really good practical helicopter sequence as well, where they have to there's a helicopter trying to rescue them up a river. It's really good because it's all practical. It's great stuff. That's one thing I love about those old movies. Everything's real. Can't fake any of it. So
it's cool.
All right, so we got Jackie Brown, speaking of Tarantino, with De Niro in there. Versus Awakenings with De Niro and Robert Williams. So, Russ.
Much as I love Awakenings, Jackie Brown is actually my favorite Tarantino movie. So I'm going to go with Jackie Brown. I do love the Awakening. Awakening is very good.
Yeah. Well, Tony?
Haven't seen either, but I've been meaning to watch Jackie Brown for a while. It just seems like a really good movie to watch.
So you voted for Jackie Brown?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, just make sure. Okay, gotcha. No, Awakenings is good, but I'm a big fan of Jackie Brown too. Again, people say it's kind of his most underrated. I love it. It's my 4th favorite Tarantino movie. I like it more and more every time I see it. And the subject of the thing, De Niro is a very different performance. He's very quiet in the movie. It's a lot of facial expression kind of acting. Just a completely different role that he plays. He's really good, and his chemistry with Sam Jackson's good. And great movie. So I'll go Jackie Brown.
Yeah. So I saw Jackie Brown for the first time just recently. I think like 2 or 3 months ago, and man, this movie was so good. Like it kind of almost has like some Pulp Fiction kind of vibes to it, and yeah, like I really dug it. Once I need to go back and just make sure that I've seen every Quentin Tarantino. I think I have, but I can't remember. I'm gonna double check, and then eventually do like an actual ranking because it ranks pretty high. It'll be up there with like probably my top 5. This movie was really good, and man, I miss Robert Forster. Man, he was such a good actor. Like in this, especially in this movie, just like really really good. And then Pam Grier, like that was another actress that I wasn't that familiar with, and she was great in it too. So, and Awakenings keeps coming up on like all these different tournaments. I know there's in Malcolm's top 128, and so it is one that I need to see. I just haven't seen it, and Jackie Brown is just really really good, really great dialogue. And then throw in on top of De Niro, Samuel Jackson, Michael Keaton. I wish Chris Tucker was in it more too, because that would have been fun to have him in more.
Well, him and Tiny Lister, who was Debo and Friday, are both in it just because 2 years earlier, Tarantino's favorite movie from 1995 was Friday, so he casted both.
Okay.
Just little small roles. He didn't have like huge roles for them, but he at least got him in there and got him some work because he was a big fan of Friday. So
that's cool. Yeah, well, Jackie Brown gets my vote. So.
All right,
Jonathan.
Awakenings is one of those few De Niro or Robert Williams films I have not seen of it. It's one of those few blind spot films I had never saw as a whole. So I will give my vote to Jackie Brown. I do agree with all of you. It's the most underrated Tarantino film. I'm looking throughout his filmography along with it. I think it's more, not to say grounded, but it's kind of weird to say that, but it's kind of more character beat along with it. If you look for Tarantino-isms along with it, it just really sort of more dialogue and more chemistry. Big fan of the chemistry of Pam Grier and Robert Forster had throughout the movie. And I love the sort of little mystery along with it, going back and forth along with it. So I will give my vote to Jackie Brown.
Yeah. It was funny the other day when we had JPO on, and he's notoriously known to fall asleep on these streams. And so we were voting on Awakening. So I'm like, speaking of Awakening, JPO, wake up!
Well, awaken, JPO, awaken.
Yeah, Awaken. Yeah. But
Richie?
Was he really asleep this time, or
he dozes off a couple of times. He'll like wake up when we say his name, but like he's dozed off a couple of times, which is weird because he's on Pacific time, so he's 3 hours behind us. It's not like me where it's like 1 a.m. for me. It's like 9 o'clock for him or something, and 10 o'clock. He's like falling asleep. Yeah.
But yeah, we give him a pass just because he'll wake up and just say something funny and then go back to sleep. So like, it's kind of entertaining. Yeah. But Richie? What do you think?
Yeah, I haven't got around to Awakenings yet. Need to get to that because I've heard really good things, and it's popped up here about three times in a row at this point. Jackie Brown. I own Jackie Brown. I think it's one of Tarantino's better ones, and I think it's a really solid movie, and I wish it wasn't underrated. I think it's great. It's one that near top tier Tarantino for me. So Jackie Brown.
All right, Jack Brown. All right.
I think the funniest thing that GPO ever said was like, when Mike said like they're really not like Arnold like 600-pound actors to play the whale, and then like JPO goes, I was busy that day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He just has fun with it. Yeah.
We got Stardust versus Danny Collins.
Perfect. It's also one of the movies I also send.
Yeah.
I don't know one person who likes Danny Collins, so we'll see.
Well, Tony, you're first.
Haven't seen either one. Man, you guys have caught me on a really bad one here where
It's okay. Jordan fully admitted before the show, like half of these are blind spots for him. So
don't
worry about it. It's fine.
And I guess I missed the Taxi Driver already. That's like one of my favorite
It'll come
films.
back. It'll come back.
We gotta get to the inner bracket, so it'll come back. You'll get a chance to
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you guys be able to skip me so I can kind of hear a little bit about the movie for the ones who have watched
If you want to, that's fine. I can go first.
Yeah,
that's fine. I haven't seen Danny Collins. I missed that one in theaters, but I have seen Stardust. Stardust, because my ex used to watch it a lot. She was like obsessed with this movie, and it's like a fantasy movie. It's actually got like Henry Cavill in there, I think, and Charlie Cox, who's Daredevil. Michelle Pfeiffer, and Robert De Niro actually plays this pirate, like a this guy like flying around with this crew, and he acts all tough, but then he's gay, and he's like very like shy, like effeminate, and on the behind
Captain Shakespeare is his name.
It's actually he's probably like the best thing in the movie. He's really good in it. He's really fun to watch. His kind of dual personality sort of thing, and Michelle Pfeiffer's fun too. So it's not really a movie that's up my alley, but I've seen it, and he's good in it, and that's the kind of the subject of the show. So I'll go with Stardust.
Yeah, like I've never seen Danny Collins. I just know that on Christian Harloff's show, like he would always sing that song, "Hey baby girl, what's going on?" Like just over and over. He said that song.
That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, they get stuck in your head, but yeah, Stardust I actually really dig. Like I'm big into fantasy movies, but like I don't know, like if it's if it's the right fantasy movie, I really dig it. There's some ones out there that I'm kind of like not that into, but so like it really depends, because like fantasy books, that's my favorite genre. So I mean, and this kind of runs along the lines of the fantasy books I like to read, kind of something to set like basically in like modern day, but then they go on this fantasy adventure to find a falling star. And I remember when we're at a family kind of like mini family reunion / camp out. My mom is a half sister, and her whole family's very musically inclined. One of my cousins, my cousin Ross, actually is his name. He writes music, and so he wrote a theme song like explaining the entire plot of the movie Stardust, and like a song, and the song was actually really good. We were like blown away. We're like, wow, like we didn't expect that from so yeah. But the movie, it's a lot of fun. Like I really dig all the cast. I like seeing some of them playing something kind of different and just kind of unique and kind of out there. So yeah, I'll vote for a Stardust. I think more people should give it a shot because it's pretty good. Yeah. So Jonathan.
I mentioned earlier in the show, I'm lobbying this film. Backdraft is one, and Stardust is another. It's a not only a very underrated movie, underrated fantasy film all time, but it's very early Matthew Vaughn work. If you're a big fan of films like Kick-Ass, Kingsman, and X-Men First Class, you'll enjoy his sort of his early film. Yeah, people forget that he actually directed the film.
Yeah.
And also, if you're a big Daredevil fan, this is like arguably sort of Charlie Cox's big leading role in big budget film, and he could have been a bigger star if this film launched huge right at that time. Though I think it's an underrated sort of cult classic, and he's very good in the film alone. We have good chemistry with Claire Danes and De Niro itself in the movie. It's sort of like surprise roles of it, and he surprised me throughout the movie when I watch it though. So it's a very tongue-in-cheek fun movie though. It's early. Like I said, early Matthew Vaughn work, and it was a group based on a book by Neil Gaiman along with it. If you're a big fan of sort of his work along with it, you'll enjoy this movie along with it. So I will win my vote in the movie lobby, which is Stardust.
Yeah. Sounds good. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't seen Danny Collins. I think both these movies sort of flew under the radar. I just remember Christian Hallis' review of it, and kept singing the song. That sort of. Yeah, but I've never really had an inkling to go and watch it necessarily. I'm sure I might like it, but I don't know. It's just not like something up my alley. But yeah, Stardust is. I think it's underrated, and I think it's kind of. Yeah, I'm glad it's sort of got a cult following now, so I'm going to go Stardust.
Yeah, Ross.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Stardust. I have Danny Collins because I got it for $1 at the Dollar Tree on Blu-ray, but I do want to.
That checks out.
Yeah, he does.
And, but they do have some really good movies in there. Like Soma was there too, But though, Stardust is really good. It's underrated. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Stardust. Even though I do want to see Danny Collins, or maybe because Christian Harloff basically created that earworm of the song.
Yeah, does anyone know the general plot of Danny Collins? He's just a musician, right? Is that just what?
He's a songwriter. That's all I know, or something.
Who cares?
Yeah, well. Well, just giving some context for Tony because you're up next. So, what do you got, Tony?
Again, I haven't seen either one, but I'm kind of connecting with Danny Collins just because I play music, and and where I'm reading here, I feel like I'd be able to connect with it a little bit because it's been a little hard to raise kids and have like a busy life and want to still play music a lot of the time, and I feel like from what I'm reading here, this guy can't let go of his past a little bit, of playing music, and feel like I'm stuck like that. It's hard for me to move on and focus on family stuff because I'm still trying to play music a lot. So I think I would enjoy it.
Hey, fair enough.
Yeah.
But, this one's going to be 5-1 for Stardust.
Yeah.
And let's go down. It's going to be Wag the Dog. I know it's a favorite of Richie's. Versus Casino. That's a tough one.
Yeah. Ooh. All right.
Oh, yeah. So I'm a first.
Hey, be right back for a second. Need to get something.
Yeah.
So I hate to do this to Richie because I know he loves Wag the Dog. I really like Wag the Dog as well. I saw it for the first time probably like a year ago. Really, really liked it. It reminded me a lot of like Argo or something, just kind of them doing this like fake movie, or not a fake movie, but like a fake sort of propaganda piece about this war that's not really happening. And I really, really dug it. But goddamn, Casino's so good. I can't vote against Casino because it's awesome. And Joe Pesci, I sometimes argue he might even be better in this than he is in Goodfellas and even more terrifying. Right. And it's a great, great movie. So, yeah, I love Casino too much. Sorry, Richie. I have to vote for Casino. So, yeah. Jordan.
Yeah. A Casino is just so good. And I haven't seen Wag the Dog, but, I mean, it sounds interesting. It sounds like one I'd want to go check out for sure. But I remember, for whatever reason, so back in the 90s, I was trying to decide which movie to watch, Casino or Goodfellas, and I went with Casino, and then I waited 10 years before I ever watched Goodfellas. I don't know why, but then I watched Casino multiple times because it was so good, and yeah, Joe Pesci's character, he'll kill you with a freaking pencil, he'll just go off the the deep end, just killing people left and right, and he has a really cool dynamic with Robert De Niro, how they're friends, but then there's some bit of betrayal, and then like whenever they talk about the Taj Mahal, it just makes me think of like Donald Trump, because in Atlantic City the Taj Mahal became Trump Hotel or whatever there. So yeah, but yeah, Casino's great. I'll eventually get to Wag the Dog, but I'll go with Casino.
All right, we'll come back to Jonathan. We'll go to Richie.
Yeah.
Casino is really good. But yeah, I always champion Wag the Dog whenever I get a chance to, because I think it's great. Yeah, it's just like they create a fake war conflict to kind of oh shit, this is my dad's phone. That they create a fake war conflict to throw people off the fact that the president has like a fair scandal. It works really good. It's one of Dustin Hoffman's better performances, I think. That's saying something. So I will go Wag the Dog, but I won't be mad if Casino goes through.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, we'll come back to Jonathan, and then we'll go to Ross. So, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I have never saw Wag the Dog. It's kind of like with Ray Kane is also one of those blind spot films that I need to feel people tell me is a great movie. And I will gonna go with the one I have seen, which is Casino. And one of the reason is it's a great movie along with it. I know some people, when you think of Casino, it's like just more of a Goodfellas, which is far from it, honestly. Like, it's filled with like different ideas, different scenarios. Plus, it's more brutal kills in the movie. Basically, with the end, where Joe Pesci gets whacked out, along with it, with the seal pass is more hard to watch if you look at it. So, I will give my slight edge to Casino.
Yeah. Well, Ross, what do you think?
I do love Wag the Dog, but Casino is amazing. And then, I remember, I was watching the Rich Eisen show, and they have Kevin Pollak do an interview, and then he says after the scenes were done with it, now Don Cheadle and Don Rickles would just roast and say, "You're gonna do that? Okay, good choice, I guess." So yeah, but but Casino's amazing.
Nice.
I love Casino.
Yeah, that's good. Well, Tony, what do you think?
All right, so I have to go back on what I said earlier. I really liked Casino, but it's been so long. I mean, since I've seen the movie, and when you guys mentioned it earlier, I couldn't even connect what movie it was until I saw the cover and I heard you guys talking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I remember Joe Pesci in it, how intense he was, and I think the main thing that I think about, and I could be forgetting exactly how it happened, but aren't they in the back of a car and then he gets his wife to give him head or something? There's a scene, there's something happens like that.
Yeah, I forget too. Yeah,
I remember it was.
That sounds on par with the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. So yeah, I take back what I said earlier.
No worries.
Yeah.
All right, go Casino. And scrolling down, we got Frankie and Johnny. Speaking of another Michelle Pfeiffer movie on here, versus The Godfather. This might be a little lopsided, but it is what it is. Jordan.
Yeah, I have seen the Godfather. I mean, if you know me, I'm kind of lukewarm on the Godfather 1 and 2. I'm not an all-timer like most people, but I really wanted to. If I would have had time, I would have sat down and I would have given it a proper watch, not have it on in the background, just watch it almost create a theater setting and really pay attention to it, because I want to give it a rewatch. I've only seen these movies once and I kind of fell asleep in both of them. I was just kind of bored. It just was slow to me, but so eventually I will do that. I just did not have time. I was able to watch the movies, but I was so busy this week I had to just have them on in the background, the movies I watched, and just watch what I could while I was working. And I haven't seen Frankie and Johnny, so I think that just means I got to vote for The Godfather, because it is good. I just gotta give it a rewatch to appreciate it more. So The Godfather.
Yeah. Jonathan.
Yeah.
Wow. I got personally nothing to add about The Godfather, because it's The Godfather basically. there's nothing else that needs to be said for this movie. It's really an all-time classic, and just from the lines, the dialogue, the acting, the directing, everything. So from top to bottom. So we're gonna go with The Godfather.
Yeah. Good. Richie, what do you think?
It's got a lot of construction noise in the background.
Sorry,
so make it quick.
Yeah.
Godfather, because I haven't seen. I've never heard of Frankie and Johnny before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ross.
I've never even heard of Frankie and Johnny and The Godfather. I just watched it again, recently, and it still holds up to me. But yeah, I'm gonna go with The Godfather.
Yeah.
Never heard of Frankie and Johnny. The Godfather, I've watched. It's been so long that I don't remember it, but I have to trust based off of how much people love it that it's probably a really good movie. So I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah. And Austin.
Yeah, Godfather's in my top 20. Well, it's not one of my favorite movies, or it's one of my favorite movies, but I think you can still make an argument that it might be the greatest movie ever made, period. So, yeah, The Godfather.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right.
Yep.
Scrolling down to Brazil versus Analyze This.
Okay.
All right. Jonathan.
You know, the two movies I was talking about to add on the bracket, I always had a third one to recommend was Brazil in the movie, because the reason why I didn't add it into consideration because De Niro in that movie is just literally one or two scenes in the movie, and that's pretty much it. The rest of the movie, Brazil, though. And Brazil is a great film along with it. It's probably this, or maybe Solvok is my favorite Terry Gilliam film. And it's really more great sort of, well, I'd say world building, but it's like great set design, costuming, Terry Gilliam's direction, basically sort of reflects on sort of our right now and our future along with it. It's sort of like some influence, basically, like in 1989, Tim Burton is sort of some architect is basically sort of like influenced by Brazil and other films later on afterwards. So I will get Great Brazil there, but that being said, I think we'll get my point to analyze this. I was waiting for a perfect De Niro comedy on there, and this is probably my favorite one out of it, which is Analyze This, because not only is it a great comedy, but it was a great comedy. It's sort of a little bit to like more gangster films along with it. It kind of feels like a gangster film for me comedically along with it. So, and it was great by visual jokes and by directing by Harold Ramis in that film. It's sort of like comedically strongly, but it feels like when he shot like a sort of like a mob film along with it. Sort of great bit with him and Billy Crystal in the film. So I will get my point to Analyze This.
Yeah. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I like Brazil. I like Almeida. I like Terry. I like Terry Gilliam. I like his movies in this movie. So it's one of those very divisive movies, but I like it. But I really love Analyze This. I think it shows De Niro's comedic chops, but also he's sort of almost playing a parody of him of his characters in a way. And I think he had really good chemistry with Billy Crystal. I even have I don't know if it came up because I was away, but I even have a soft spot for Analyze That, even though it's not as good. But Analyze This is good, so I'm going to go with that.
Oh yeah, speaking, I didn't mean to cut you off. I forgot to mention one of my favorite parts of Analyze This. I love his sort of parodies like The Godfather, when Don Corleone gets his hit. It was ironic because plays the younger version of Don Corleone, basically. Well, sort of reversal, because Billy Crystal takes as well as the Don, and sort of De Niro plays like a Fredo along with it, sort of like and it's kind of crying along with that. That's one of my favorite visual gags in the movie.
Yeah. Well, Ross, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Analyze This. I do want to see Brazil because I just recently watched 12 Monkeys and I loved it. So Terry Gilliam is more of a director. I have to see more of his work, but Analyze This is actually great. I love the part with the pillow. That part's hilarious. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Analyze This.
One of the advice, if you go see through Terry Gilliam's filmography, I'm going to recommend a film that he didn't technically direct, but it's sort of a movie that he almost made of Lost in La Mancha. Go watch that documentary if you kind of recommend it. The film that almost made. So, just a recommendation.
Yeah, sounds good. Tony, what do you think?
I've never seen Brazil, but I'm looking it up right now and it looks amazing. Like I just love the it's aesthetically pleasing for me because I just love that kind of film. I'm just looking through images, and every image that I'm seeing is just something that I love in film. I mean, it just looks really trippy. There's a lot of crazy shit that I'm seeing. So I'm gonna say Brazil. It looks cool.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin.
Yeah, I haven't gotten around to Brazil just yet. Terry Gilliam is all right. I mean, I like 12 Monkeys. I've seen that, but I haven't really dug into the rest of his filmography. But yeah, I've seen both Analyze This and Analyze That. They're fun, yeah, and De Niro's great in it. Doing a little bit of comedy, but kind of playing the straight man. But yeah, it's a really good movie. So I'll go Analyze This.
Yeah, so I've never seen Brazil. Now my question is, does it have anything to do with Brazil, like the country? Or is it just...
No, I will say that no. But
yeah.
And a little bit interesting behind the scenes about Brazil, though. The studio kind of changed sort of his ending, making more a happier ending. Tarantino was so mad about that. He went to the newspaper, The Hollywood Reporter, and wrote in line like, "Dear shit, Steinberg, release my movie Brazil," because he used like secret screenings of his original cut in the film, and it's so way popular reviews got Oscar buzz along with it that the studio had no choice to release his original film along with it.
Interesting.
It's all intake detail.
Maybe there'll be two versions to check out. So yeah, but
the original ending with Dark Bleaker is way better. I'll just say that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, and I feel like I've seen bits and pieces of Analyze This because I feel like it was on TBS like every other weekend. Like it's just one of those other movies that just kept the lights on over at TBS and TNT. That I remember just coming on all the time, and so I saw like bits and pieces just scrolling through the channels and stuff. But so I mean, it seems interesting. It seems pretty funny, and I like Billy Crystal. So yeah, I'll go with Analyze This.
All right, Analyze This. Moving on, and we're almost done. The last one's got Godfather 2 and Glenn Ross. Yeah, this could be a tough one. Huh?
Yeah,
it could be Pacino's. Yeah. Richie is up first on this one.
Yeah, I know like a lot of people champion Glenn Ross. But yeah, it's not really my thing. I like it. It was all right. I watched it recently. It was all right. Yeah, you can't go past Godfather Part 2. I think it's I think it's one of the best films ever made, like Godfather. So yeah, I'm gonna go Godfather Part 2.
Yeah, Ross.
As much as this pains me to say, I'm going to go with The Godfather Part 2, which I think is a top 5 greatest movie ever. But the Glenn Ross is actually very, very good. I watched it for the first time last year, and I'm like, always be closing. So yeah, Godfather Part 2 is like one of the greatest films ever made. And John Cazale should have been nominated for an Oscar for Godfather Part 2. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm Tony. What do you think?
Tony.
I don't know. All these like Godfather movies and all these, there's been so long that I watched them, and I don't think when I did watch them, I like actually paid enough attention.
Yeah, they're kind of long.
Never thought I'd be like, reviewing them or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with The Godfather.
Yeah, sounds good.
The other one seems cool, but I mean. It is a really good movie. I mean, I'm gonna trust everybody.
Both are great. Though. Both are very good movies.
Yeah, they're both great. But Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, I saw Glenn Ross this past year for the first time. I thought it was fine. I like scenes in it, but I wasn't as over the moon about it as kind of everybody else seems to be in this community. I just wasn't there. But I do think like the Alec Baldwin scene is good, and there's some good stuff in it. But yeah, I think Godfather 2 is excellent. I prefer the first one over the second one. But man, the De Niro stuff in that movie as young Vito is so good. It's some of my favorite stuff like in the whole series. And then Pacino's actual performance is fantastic. So I'll go Godfather 2.
Yeah. So as much as I'm lukewarm on the Godfather movies, I do like Godfather Part 2 better. I just kind of like the story with like Pacino and De Niro, like just like what they're able to do, and but I'm still not just like loving it. I'm just liking it. So, and then Glenn Ross, like I mean, it was good. I kind of wish Alec Baldwin was in it a little more. He just has the kind of the one really great scene, the best scene in the movie, pretty much. But then he's gone. But I like seeing Jack Lemmon in it too. I think he's really good. And the movie is very dialogue heavy. Like it's just like I mean, I'm not gonna say one location, but almost like it's just mostly dialogue. But so it's a little tough, but I kind of just want to see what happens if we get The Godfather 1 and 2 up against each other. So let's go Godfather Part 2.
Yeah. Jonathan?
I would go pick Godfather Part 2. The thing with Glengarry Glen Ross, you're just putting a nail on the head with the nail on the head, Jordan. It's sort of based around the play. It's a David Mamet play, so it has more like a dial-up bass approach along with it. That's the thing with your double with plays is more if you feel like one location because it's based off a play, basically sort of attention on that setting along with it.
That makes sense.
And I like the movie and the Alec Baldwin scene basically sort of well known. People think about that film. It's just that one scene and that's pretty much it. And I will go with Godfather Part 2, so which we'll move on.
Yep.
Yeah. Coffees for closers. Yeah.
Coffee for
That's
closers.
it. That is it for the opening round. So we've got our ones that are in 32 now. And now what we're going to do, guys, so I'm going to hold you to it. 10 seconds or less. These are pretty much going to be votes only. Just go with your gut, one or the other, and we will get to both our Elite 8 that'll be in the poll and obviously the eventual winner. So, all right. We'll go on. When we get to you, you got to fly through it. You got a quick 10 seconds or less. You got to just give me your votes.
Just so we don't have like a 4-hour show. So
yeah. So
all right,
we're doing
make it quick as possible. All right, we'll make it quick as possible.
Oh yeah, yeah. You don't have to go like immediately. I mean, you can take 10 seconds to think about it if you need to. Just pretty quickly.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Or if you have like 10 seconds of something you want to say, but keep it
that's
quick.
fine. But keep it quick. So Ross will be first for Grudge Match and Once Upon a Time in America.
Oh well, Once Upon a Time in America is my fourth favorite movie of all time, so that's easy.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, Tony.
Nice.
I'm gonna go with Ross's pick because I trust him.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the so that really doesn't feel it at all. Really, if you really think about it,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like Star Wars that much.
All right, Once Upon a Time in America for me.
Yeah, I've never seen either one, but I would probably go to Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah, for Jonathan.
Once Upon a Time in America. Moving on.
Yeah, and Richie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grudge Match barely made it, so Once Upon a Time in America.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Go to Dirty Grandpa versus Raging Bull. I think our strategy paid off here.
Yeah.
If anybody else objects.
No,
Yeah.
well, just
All
put
right,
through
Raging
Raging
Bull.
Bull.
All right.
Yeah, put it through. We all know it.
Our strategy paid off, so we'll talk about it on the next one. We got The Fan versus The Untouchables. Tony.
Haven't seen either one, but I'm gonna have to ask Ross.
The Untouchables, I think, is the better movie. So yeah, I'd go. Yeah.
All right, there we go. That's my pick. Whatever he said.
Yeah. Sounds good. Austin.
As much as I kind of like The Fan a little more, I do think The Untouchables is probably the better film, so I'll go Untouchables and the better De Niro performance.
Well, I think I might have made the mistake of going in with too high of expectation on The Untouchables because I didn't love it. Like I just thought it was okay. So, and I've never seen the Fan, but I think I'm just gonna vote for it because it sounds pretty interesting. Like one I maybe like. So yeah, The Fan.
Jonathan.
Nice house. A nice house. That's a line from The Untouchables. So Untouchables.
All right.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, The Fan's okay, but Untouchables was way better. So.
All right. And Ross.
Untouchables easily for me.
Untouchables. All
I
right.
do like The Fan. Fan's good, but it's no Untouchable.
All right. Go to King of Comedy versus Sea of Love. Me first. Oh, this is easy for me. King of Comedy. I think it's really great. Good performance.
Yeah, Ma. Let's vote for the King of Comedy. Let's do it. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta vote for the King of Comedy now. Ma.
Yeah, right. Ma. Yeah. Jonathan.
King of Comedy.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, I didn't know what Sea of Love was until it came up, and I think just made it because that one was bad. So King of Comedy.
Yeah. Ross.
I think this is actually might be De Niro's best performance. So King of Comedy.
Yeah. Tony.
Yeah. King of Comedy.
King of Comedy.
Yeah.
All right. It's
All right.
sweet. King of Comedy.
Have that ever won a tournament?
No, it actually doesn't do very well in tournaments. It's only made it past the first round a couple of times. It's very weird. It doesn't do very well. A lot of people haven't seen it, but maybe we got a panel tonight that has seen it, so maybe that'll be a good thing. We'll see. All right. Dick Tracy versus Taxi Driver.
Ooh.
Jordan.
Man, I got to take my whole 10 seconds because I do have a soft spot for Dick Tracy because it's one I've seen more. I've only seen Taxi Driver once, but it's an all-timer, so let's go Taxi Driver. Yeah.
All right, Jonathan.
Yeah, John.
As much as I like Dick Tracy, I think Taxi Driver is a way better movie, so I'm going with Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
Richie.
Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver. All right.
Yeah.
And Ross.
Taxi Driver.
Okay, Tony.
Taxi Driver, and I almost got a Robert De Niro tattoo just because of the damn movie.
No, nice.
All right.
Where he's got the
Are you? Is it a tattoo with or without the mohawk?
with the mohawk.
Nice.
Yeah, I already have some tattoos with like similar stuff, kind of like you can't see it, but there's a chick with the gun. So he's had his gun with the holster, and I don't know, it's pretty cool.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah. Nice. Very cool. Yeah.
I didn't do
Austin.
it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Taxi Driver, but I have Dick Tracy, but I'm gonna go Taxi Driver here. So
yeah,
Taxi Driver. All right, we got The Irishman versus Mean Streets. Jonathan.
Irishman.
Okay, Richie.
Scorsese off.
Yeah, sure is. We might have a couple of those tonight. Is what it's looking like. Yeah.
I think the more memorable film is Irishman. So Irishman.
Ross.
Yeah. Ross.
Irishman.
Okay, and Tony.
I haven't watched The Irishman, but I keep hearing it's really good, and so I'm gonna pick that one.
Yeah.
Irishman for me.
Yeah, I've never seen Mean Streets, so I got to go with The Irishman.
All right, Irishman. I believe we will have a Scorsese off on the next round, so we'll see that. All right, we got Serpico versus Meet the Parents. Richie.
Meet the Parents. Great comedy.
All right. And Ross.
I'm gonna go with Serpico by a hair, but I still do like Meet the Parents.
Yeah.
Tony.
I love Meet the Parents.
You would like Serpico though because it has that 70s,
I know.
It's a nice 70s New York movie. 70s New York cop movie. Yeah.
I'm upset that I didn't pick Mean Streets, but
that's okay.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, you know what? Just to champion the underdog, just to see what happens, because it might not win, but I'll give it to Serpico because I saw this weekend, I loved it, so I'm gonna go Serpico.
Yeah, I've never seen Serpico. I want to eventually, but Meet the Parents it is great. Like it's actually one of my favorite comedies, so I'll go with Meet the Parents.
Meet the Parents.
Meet the Parents. All right. I do recommend Serpico if you guys haven't seen it, though. It's really good.
Yep.
All right. I got Joker and Backdraft. Ross.
As much as I love Joker, I do really love Joker. Backdraft's one of my favorite movies ever, so I'm going to go with Backdraft. I know it probably will not win.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Tony.
you never know. Yeah, Tony.
Ross keeps talking about Backdraft, but I haven't watched it yet. But either way, Joker is just really good. So I'm gonna go with
Joker. Yep. Austin?
Yeah, I love me some Joker, so let's go Joker.
Yeah, Joker is like just keeps moving up the ladder on my top 128. Like it's just like getting close to my top like 20 almost. So yeah, I'll go Joker.
Will it be number one, you think, Jordan?
I don't know. It's gonna be tough to beat some of those movies I really love up there. So I don't know. But,
yeah, I don't think Joker will ever get as high as like The Matrix and some of those movies for Jordan. Overall.
Yeah, The Matrix, Logan, Jurassic Park, like Back to the Future, all that. Yeah, but Jonathan.
Oh man, As much I love Bad Trap, as much I love the movie, I think I would go. Okay, I'll go Joker on this. It pains me because I really love Bad Trap, though. I've been championing this movie, but I think this is a far I could go with it.
All right. Richie.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, it's Joker for me. I don't usually see movies in theaters multiple times, but I did with Joker, so Joker.
All right, Joker.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for that side. We'll move on to the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll start with, let's see. Oh, sorry. All right, we're going to start out with Goodfellas versus Insomnia. Tony.
Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Insomnia, but Goodfellas, it's like so good, but I don't think it's ever won a tournament, and like it never gets very far for some reason. I feel like it kind of should for this time. We'll go Goodfellas.
Really?
It's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it just never gets that far, and I don't really understand why. Yeah.
Especially like rest in peace Ray Liotta. Like, I mean, we'll do it for him. So let's go Goodfellas.
How about we could do it that tournament when Cocaine Bear comes out?
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
Yeah.
we got kind of a lot of our stuff already mapped out for this month, unfortunately, but
I
maybe
know.
eventually. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
What?
Jonathan.
Goodfellas. I love Insomnia, but I would go the King, which is Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Richie.
Richie.
Yeah. It's Goodfellas.
All right, and Ross.
All right, Ross. Yeah.
Goodfellas. I love Insomnia, but Goodfellas is. Yeah, plus Samuel Jackson's really good in Goodfellas.
He's in like one
Yeah.
scene, but yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Remember,
He's
he
shot in the
got
head by Pesci, but he's
Got in the
in
bed.
one scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, got Heat versus Copland. This could be good.
Ooh, this is like
That's a good match.
pretty good match. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to go first. Oh, it sucks because I like Copland a lot. I got to go with the one I've just seen more, which is going to be Heat on this one.
Yeah, this one's tough. Like, I feel like Copland, out of any movie on this list, like it's one of the highest on my radar to see. But I just haven't.
Well,
seen
I
it yet.
think it was in the 5 I sent you to see, Jordan. You just ran
It
out
was.
of time.
Yeah, I ran out of time. Yeah, so I got to get around to it. But so yeah, I think I got to go Heat, just because the one scene alone is like the greatest bank heist like in the movie history. So yeah. Jonathan.
I love both of these movies. It pains me to do this, but I will go Heat. As much as I love Copland and Stallone in that movie, I will have to go with Heat.
Yeah.
Richie?
I'll champion the underdog here. Copland.
All right.
Yeah.
Russ.
Heat is my second favorite movie of all time, so I'm gonna go with Heat. Even though Copland is great.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Tony.
Tony.
I haven't seen Copland, and
be right
it's
back.
just a really good movie. So
I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Heat moves on that one, and we will go down to The Devil's Advocate versus Dog Day Afternoon.
Ooh.
Jordan. 2 movies you saw this week, so
yeah, these are the two that I watched yesterday and today, and oh man, and the sad part is I was kind of lukewarm on both of them, but just because I feel like Dog Day Afternoon's like an all timer, so I'll go with Dog Day Afternoon. Jonathan.
Dog Day Afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, Dog Day Afternoon is probably the better movie, but I like how wacky Devil's Advocate is, so I'm going to Devil's Advocate.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Did
Ross
they
is
both
there.
leave? So Tony, you still there?
He said Dog Day Afternoon.
And I'm right here, Dog Day Afternoon.
Okay.
Okay, fair. Tony.
Same with me.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's already going through, but I would have voted for Devil's Advocate. I think it's a guilty pleasure. I like it a lot.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Alright.
but still, Dog Day Afternoon. We'll move on, and we'll go down to Ocean's 13 versus Scarface. All right, Jonathan.
Since we hadn't talked about Scarface yet, here's my quick little detail for
Yeah,
Scarface.
we can talk about Scarface real quick because I know Jordan needs to talk about it too because he just saw it for the first time. So,
Okay. Oh, here's mine real quickly. This is underrated. At first, I didn't like it the first time I watched it, but then I was typical watches along with it and learn about the sort of behind the scenes stuff and also the great themes on the movie they have. It's a great exploration, basically a mob sort of rise to riches of a mob type of thing by Pacino in that movie. He's great in it. Michelle Pfeiffer is great in it. Basically, I love the direction by De Palma and the screenplay by Oliver Stone, and I will have to give my. I like Ocean's 13. Nothing gets sent on to my little friend Scarface.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, I like Ocean's 13. It's pretty good. It's really good, but yeah, Scarface is better. So Scarface.
Yeah.
Ross.
Ross.
Scarface.
Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah. Tony.
Actually, want to get me a drink because I have to have some
Tony.
Scarface.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. I thought I maybe heard something. I wasn't sure, but Austin.
Jordan, you know what I'm voting for, you little cockroach.
Yeah.
Scarface. Yeah.
Yeah, Scarface. So I watched it for the first time, and man, that movie crazy and like all the best ways. There's only two things I never break: my balls and my promises. There's just so many just great lines. Yeah, and those shootout scenes just get so crazy. You got a coked out Michelle Pfeiffer. You have a chainsaw scene in the bathroom where literally kills the guy with the chainsaw and almost kills Al Pacino, but stops. And yeah, it's just so good. I'm just shocked I haven't seen it until now, and the music too, the score and everything.
Yeah. Come on, one of the greatest '80s montages ever with the push into the limit thing when he's buying the tiger and the wedding and all that shit.
Yeah, that's
push
so
to
good.
The limit. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, that gets you hyped up.
Yeah. One scene.
And even even the intro too. You're getting pumped up for this big epic journey you're about to go on and everything. So yeah, Scarface. Yeah, that movie's gonna
shot too.
Yeah, that movie's probably gonna be maybe might make my 128 someday.
You guys know the scene of the soldiers walking up to the penthouse was actually directed by Spielberg. That was the only shot.
Yeah, he directed one scene. He directed one scene in the movie because him and De Palma are very close friends.
Yeah, they're all friends.
Yeah,
and also that was the time Pacino got injured and burned his hand. So basically, came in and said kind of help him out a bit.
Do you guys know if they based that scene? I'm sure some of you guys may have played Vice City.
Yeah. They did.
Vice City is very much based on Scarface. A lot of it.
Yeah. And also many rap music videos around the '90s, basically some influenced by Scarface.
But Ray Liotta actually voiced the main character.
Yeah, Ray Liotta voices Tommy Vercetti in Vice City. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Tommy Vercetti, remember the name? Yeah, it's Ray Liotta. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, got Ronan versus the Deer Hunter.
All right.
Richie.
That's getting out of the show. Ronan's all right, but yeah, Deer Hunter's one of the all-timers. So Deer Hunter.
Yeah.
Russ.
Oh, Deer Hunter.
All right, Tony.
Yeah.
Same Deer Hunter.
And Austin.
Yeah, I'll go Deer Hunter.
Yeah. Ronin sounds interesting. I'll probably watch that too, but I've never seen either one. So, but I'll go with the Deer Hunter though.
All right, Jonathan.
Deer Hunter.
All right, clean sweep for the Deer Hunter. Yeah. Okay, and we're gonna go down to Jackie Brown versus Stardust.
Ooh, all right.
All right, Ross.
Okay, Jackie Brown, but Stardust is good. It's kind of like the Princess Bride of my generation, but I prefer Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
Tony.
Tony.
Jackie Brown.
I'm Austin.
I'm a Tarantino guy, and I love Jackie Brown.
Yeah, like I would agree with Ross. It's kind of like a new Princess Bride for like a new generation. Like it's kind of like that. But Jackie Brown is awesome. I'll go Jackie Brown.
Michael Keaton is amazing in Jackie Brown also.
Yeah. Jonathan.
It pains me to do this. I love Stardust, and it's a very underrated film. People haven't seen it, but I can't argue against Jackie Brown, so pick Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Richie.
Richie. If he's there, I don't know if he's there. Are you there, Richie?
Oh,
yeah.
You're there?
You're
Okay.
just muted.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was in a conversation. Jackie Brown for sure. Stardust is good, but Jackie Brown.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right.
What
going
happened to
down
Jackie
to
Brown? Didn't she retire? The actress in Jackie
What's that?
Brown. Didn't
What's that?
Bridget Fonda retire?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, she's living in New York now.
Yeah, basically married
Okay.
to Danny Elfman, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. We got Casino. I think this is gonna be a tough match. Casino versus The Godfather.
Whoa.
Ooh, this might be the toughest matchup so far here. So we'll see where this goes. I don't know where
What's
this is
the
gonna
better
go.
gangster movie?
Tony.
Casino.
Casino. All right.
Wait.
It was easy because I
Awesome.
remember.
What?
Me?
Oh,
He said
Tony.
Casino. Yeah.
Okay, it's Casino. You know what? Casino's never won a tournament. I'm gonna go Casino.
Yeah. Let's go. Like I would watch Casino probably 9 out of 10 times over The Godfather. So
I wouldn't say that, but I'll just say it for this match.
I would. That's it. But that's just me. Yeah. But Jonathan.
All right. You know what? I'll give it fair, and I will say this: Godfather is a way better movie than Casino, but I'll give Casino fair due. So making room for Godfather 2 and down further line. So good picking Casino.
Yeah. Richie.
I'm still here. I mean, Godfather comes up here a lot. I mean, for good reason. So it's really hard. But I don't know. I'm going to champion Casino. So I think it doesn't get. Yeah, I feel like it's really good. So Casino.
Yeah.
Richie. Or sorry, not Richie.
Ross.
Yeah.
Casino. I do love Godfather, but Casino like. And if you guys really want to know how accurate the movie is to real life, there's this YouTuber that I watch who's actually part of the Mafia life. His name is Michael Franchese, who actually talks about like how now he knew Joe Pesci's character, and Joe Pesci's character was actually like that.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, we got Analyze This versus Godfather 2.
Oh, okay.
I'm first. I'm going to go Godfather 2.
Yeah, I haven't seen Analyze This properly all the way through. I've just seen bits and pieces. So, and I like Godfather 2 better than the first. So Godfather 2.
All right,
Jonathan.
Godfather 2. Love Analyze This, but you can't argue against Godfather 2.
Yeah.
Richie.
Yeah, I love Godfather. I mean, I love Analyze This, but not enough to vote for it over Godfather 2. So Godfather 2.
Yeah.
All right. Ross.
Godfather Part 2, and then when I was little, I always said, "Why is that character Frank so annoying? I don't like him." I realized as an adult, he's supposed to be annoying, and you're not supposed to like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony,
yeah.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
Tony.
Yeah, I am thinking The Godfather too.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, so there's our Sweet 16. So the next round will be to determine our Elite 8 and what makes our poll in the Schmodown Friends and Family group. So we'll see which of these Pacino De Niro movies make the poll. So could be some tough matchups in here coming up. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we let people vote from the community. So
yeah, all right. So yeah, all right. So Once Upon a Time in America versus Raging Bull. All right, Jordan.
This was kind of interesting because I have my issues with Raging Bull, but it's not about the quality of the movie. Just that I don't like to see this guy beating on his wife and girls and really degrading in the way that he does. But it's great seeing De Niro and Joe Pesci in a movie like this. So they're always great together. So I still got to go Raging Bull.
They're
I've never
both
seen.
They're both in both movies. So yeah.
I've never seen Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah.
He's in that one too.
Yep.
Yes, and then
Sure
like
is.
that thing though that I hate though is when they'll say like Angelo Pesci out of a 4-hour film, he has maybe 2 scenes that are like a total of 5 minutes.
But technically it's both. Yeah, they're both.
Yeah.
Pesci movies. But yeah. All right. So which one are you voting for? Raging Bull.
Yeah, for Raging Bull. Yeah.
Okay, Jonathan.
Gonna pick is Raging Bull. So moving on.
All right. Richie.
Yeah. Gee.
I'm gonna go Raging Bull.
Yeah.
And Ross.
Ross. Uh-huh.
I know Raging Bull's gonna win, but I love Once Upon a Time in America a lot more. But I do love Raging Bull, but I'm gonna go with Once Upon a Time in America.
All right.
Yeah. Tony.
I'm gonna do Raging Bull. I haven't seen it, but I looked it up a long time ago, and it's been on my list to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's about the performance more than anything, and I'm going to go with Raging Bull because I just think he's amazing as Jake LaMotta. You're not really supposed to like him, but he's incredible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't really like him.
It's a character study, but yeah, he's amazing. So give me like 2 seconds. I'm just writing these down as we go so I can make sure I get
How much weight did he gain for the movie? Like 35 pounds, right?
Near the end part, he gained like 40 pounds or 50 pounds or something like that. Yeah. Big pudgy.
Yeah.
Put your belly for the end, yeah.
Yeah.
So Raging Bull in there. We have the Untouchables versus King of Comedy. Jonathan.
The Untouchables.
Okay,
Yeah.
Richie.
King of Comedy.
Yeah. Ross.
King of Comedy.
Tony.
Yeah. Tony.
King of Comedy.
Yeah. And Austin.
Finally, King of Comedy is going to get its just due on Tournament Fights. King of Comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now that I've finally seen it, I probably saw it maybe like 1 to 2 months ago, roughly in there. So yeah, I can vote for it and say it's great. King of Comedy.
All right, yeah, King of Comedy makes the poll. Excellent. I like that.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Great Robert De Niro performance. Great.
I actually think it really might be his best, is because it's very.
You can make the argument. That's for sure. The argument's there if you wanted to.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Taxi Driver versus The Irishman.
Okay.
Richie.
Taxi Driver.
Yeah. Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver. Okay, Ross.
Yeah.
As much as I love The Irishman, Taxi Driver is an all-timer. And plus, like the lady at the theater, the why want to give De Niro the ticket. That was actually his ex-wife.
Interesting.
Tony.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with an all-time great character of his, Travis Bickle in Taxi Driver.
Yeah. Travis Bickle for the win. Yeah. Taxi Driver.
And Jonathan.
Quinn Sweet, Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver, okay. Taxi Driver. And we'll go down here to Meet the Parents versus Joker.
Yeah. Ooh.
That could be a tough one. All right. Meet the Parents of Joker, Ross.
I'm going to go with Joker.
Yeah. Tony.
This one's really hard for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I may have to go with the Joker. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy. Austin.
Yeah, this is not easy. I'm gonna go Joker, but just barely.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the original Meet the Parents, but yeah. But the Joker is just a near masterpiece. So yeah, Joker. Jonathan.
I'm gonna go with the opposite route. I'm gonna go outside the box. I'm actually gonna pick Meet the Parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richie.
Yeah, I'm gonna Meet the Parents. Why not?
Okay. No, it's a little split, but it's gonna be Joker 42. Joker. So far, 4 in the poll, all Robert De Niro so far. So, but to be fair, Pacino's got some bangers on the other side, so we'll see if he makes it.
Yeah.
But so far, it's Joker, Raging Bull, King of Comedy, Taxi Driver, all De Niro's.
Yeah.
So over here we got Goodfellas and Heat. This could be interesting. We'll see. Tony.
Sorry, what was it?
Goodfellas and Heat.
Oh, Heat.
All right.
Yeah.
And I like both
Awesome.
of these, but I'm going to go with the one I've seen more, which is Goodfellas.
Yeah, I think I just like Goodfellas a lot more. So I'll say Goodfellas. Jonathan.
That's very much. I'm gonna go with Goodfellas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richie.
Goodfellas.
All right. And Ross.
Heat, and look what I found at a used bookstore for $5.
Ooh, there you go.
Super book.
Yeah.
That's a book. Oh, nice.
Yeah, he wrote a sequel book and might be a movie at some point. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a little bit question on that. Like, how are you gonna do a sequel if you saw the ending of the?
Well, it depends on what the book is about. I haven't read the book, so who knows?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but like it's a prequel, and then it's like also he's like looking for that one guy. If you remember which guy he's looking for in the crew.
Yeah.
So is it gonna be a prequel? Is it gonna be de-aging some stuff? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, it might be
All
a
right.
different crew.
Dog Day Afternoon and Scarface. So finally, two Pacinos. So Pacino will definitely get in with one of these for sure. But yeah, I'll go first. I'm gonna say Scarface. I think it's the more kind of crazy role.
Oh yeah, I gotta go Scarface hands down. It's kind of like it's almost like if like Tony Montana was just way more subdued and like didn't have an accent, it would be the character in Dog Day Afternoon. But yeah, Scarface is awesome. So yeah, I'll vote Scarface.
So basically, without the cocaine, basically.
Yeah, yeah, without all that.
Without
Yeah.
the mountain of cocaine, yes, on his desk.
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Gonna go with Scarface.
All right, Richie.
Scarface.
Scarface. Ross.
I'm gonna go with Dog Day Afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Tony.
Dog Day Afternoon versus. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Shoot. I may have to go with Scarface.
All right.
Eddie LeMay though actually did this movie that like nobody likes that I do. It's called Family Business. It's with Broderick, Connery, and Hoffman.
Interesting.
All right, two more slots left. We got Deer Hunter versus Jackie Brown, other two De Niro's. Jordan.
Well, I've never seen The Deer Hunter, and that makes it easy. So Jackie Brown.
Okay.
Jonathan.
Deer Hunter.
Okay.
Jackie
Brown. Okay.
As much as I love Deer Hunter, I've seen Jackie Brown more, and it's more entertaining. So Jackie Brown, but I do love the Deer Hunter a lot more than I thought I would when I watched it.
Yeah. Well, Tony.
It's going to be Jackie Brown, and I actually got to take off. But thank you guys for letting me join.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
thanks for stepping in.
We actually want to have your top 64, Tony. We want to have your 64 movies this. Like Adam and Steve will be on there.
Yeah, like if any of you guys ever want to do it, yeah, just come up with a list and we'll do an episode for you.
Dragon Ball be on there?
Your favorite movies.
Sure. Yeah, Dragon Ball will be on there, huh?
Pretty bad.
You liked it though, right?
I did.
Okay.
But thanks again, though. Yeah.
And I will vote for Jackie Brown just to close it out. So
Jackie Brown is though, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hang on 1 second to write it down. And all right, last one. We'll see if Pacino can get another one. He's only got one so far. We've got Casino versus Godfather 2. So we just had Casino and Godfather. Now we have Casino and Godfather 2.
Yeah.
Be a tough one. Let's go to Jonathan.
Yeah.
All right. The Corleones will get their revenge. Godfather Part 2.
Okay.
Richie.
None of my watch. Casino.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ross.
As much as I love Casino, Godfather Part 2, I think is actually better than the first. So I'm gonna go with Godfather Part 2, but Casino is very, very, very good. Oh, Ashton's here. Ashton's here.
She is here.
Ashton, she's here. Okay, all right.
Well, yeah.
Well, you're in time to vote on this one. So we got Casino versus Godfather 2.
It's a hard one.
It's hard because I think Tony would have gone with Casino.
Yeah.
But I'd go for I'll do Casino. I'll go with that one.
Sure, yeah. Austin?
Yeah, this poll needs more Pacino. Godfather 2. And he's amazing in Godfather 2.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not a big Al Pacino guy. Let's go Casino.
Well, fitting enough, we have a tie, and we're up in our tiebreakers to Ross. So Ross has all the control here.
Godfather 2.
Oh,
I do love
all
Casino.
right.
I do love Casino.
Godfather 2, okay.
You know, like my brother tried to watch Casino, and then like he had a stupid reason on why he turned it off. He said, like, I saw the opening scene. He said, then I figured, why am I watching the rest of this? I know he's gonna die, and I just started laughing at him.
What? What? You don't know the first.
All right, so
he doesn't know what a fake out is.
So our poll so far with very heavy on De Niro. Actually, 7 out of the 8 are technically De Niro, and two Pacinos because Raging Bull is De Niro, King of Comedy De Niro, Taxi Driver De Niro, Joker De Niro, Goodfellas De Niro, Scarface Pacino, Jackie Brown De Niro, Godfather 2, both De Niro and Pacino. So
because De Niro's more entertaining. That's just my thought.
Well,
they're both good.
Yeah.
Completely. So much more range. Actor does like
there's a lot more range and stuff. Yeah, but
all right, so we're almost to a finish here. Now that we have our Elite 8, it's going to get a little tough. Richie's going to go first for Raging Bull, and King of
I
Comedy.
hate these rounds. They're like stressful.
Richie,
I'm gonna go King of Comedy. Here.
Yeah.
King of Comedy. Okay.
Ross?
I'm gonna go with King of Comedy.
Yeah. Ashton.
Raging Bull versus King of Comedy.
King of Comedy. I'll go with that one.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, let's champion King of Comedy. I love it.
Yeah, let's go with King of Comedy. Yeah.
Which is technically still kind of a dark comedy. It's one of his comedic roles.
It's a comedy, yeah.
Yeah, it's a dark comedy. It's a satirical comedy. Yeah. Yeah.
Jonathan?
I probably will get shot down, but I'll use this as my solo vote to Raging Bull.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, we got King of Comedy into the final 4.
Looking up.
All right, Ross will be first for Taxi Driver and Joker, which is kind of an ironic matchup. Since
it is. Oh man.
And Joker.
All right.
Technically, like if Joker wins, which I'm going to go for Joker, it'll go against the other remake too. Yeah, I mean, Joker.
Yeah, the other movie it's kind of based on. Yeah, King of Comedy. Yeah, could be.
I'm gonna go with Taxi Driver barely, but I do love Joker.
Yeah.
I don't even want to do this.
Yeah, I know. I quit.
I really love Joker. Like, God dang it. I feel like it's like sacrilegious or something. I feel like I'm gonna have to go with Joker. But
that's right.
Yeah.
That's a tough match. I'll go with the one I've watched more. I'm gonna go Joker.
Yeah, I feel like if like Joker had a crew that he rolled around with, Travis Bickle would be like one of his crew or something, like just rolling around with them.
He would be his driver.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he'd be his taxi driver.
His taxi driver.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go probably with Joker. Yeah.
All right.
Jonathan.
I think it's more easier for me because I don't think without Taxi Driver, I don't think we're gonna get like films like Joker along with it. So I'm basically influenced by that. So based on that notion, I will give my vote to Taxi Driver.
All right, it's gonna be close, Richie.
So it's close, but I'm gonna go Joker here.
All right. Ooh. So we could get sort of Rupert Pupkin versus Rupert Pupkin in the next match.
Yeah, right.
Not quite. I know he's not playing the exact same character, but kind of similar.
He basically is.
Basically, yeah.
Rupert Pumpkin versus whatever they call the Joker. It's a different name in this movie. I can't remember what they call him.
Arthur Fleck.
Oh yeah.
No.
Arthur
I mean,
Fleck.
what?
No, we meant Robert De Niro's character.
I forget.
Murray Hamilton. It's like not Murray. Murray something. Murray, whatever. Yeah, Murray. Yeah. So Murray versus Rupert in the next round. But first of all, before we get to that, gotta go to the other side for Goodfellas versus Scarface. So it's gonna be Ashton this time.
Yeah.
Goodfellas versus Scarface. Oh man. Um. Okay, I know we're like 10 seconds. This is really hard.
Yeah. We're quick.
Really, I'm gonna just go with Goodfellas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Goodfellas.
Man. Yeah. This is tough because I just watched Scarface and it was so freaking good, but it's just too fresh for me. I watched it like today, so I'll go with Goodfellas.
All right, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
I'm gonna go. Since we have another Pacino down there, it would go slightly to Goodfellas, but that was based on close margin.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Richie.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. All right, and Ross.
I think Goodfellas is actually a way better movie than Scarface. So Goodfellas.
I think Scarface is great, right? But it's almost kind of juvenile if you think about it. Like just the story. I mean, even his character. It's a little bit one note.
And then like he's very very incestuous too.
Yeah, I mean it's like
I like how every early 2000s rapper had a Scarface inspired thing,
or even college dormers, or even college dormers of the late 90s. Scarface in the poster.
You watch MTV Cribs; they all got a poster in their house.
Yeah,
kind of leads that, like, is that a part of that like kind of juvenile notion? Like it's easy to identify, like if you're kind of like a superficial creature.
It's sort of like they learned like the different ideas from Scarface, even though it was the wrong idea to begin with.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Like you miss
like a version of
point,
a kid that just does whatever he wants.
Cool, actually, he's not.
All right, let's rein it back in. Let's rein it back in. Let's get focused.
Yeah.
All right.
Enough with the Cribs and the rappers. Jackie Brown versus Godfather 2.
Yeah.
I'm up first. I'm gonna go Godfather 2.
Oh, I'm gonna go Jackie Brown here. So, Jonathan.
Godfather Part 2.
Richie.
Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
And
Ross.
As much as I love Jackie Brown, it's my favorite Tarantino movie. I gotta go with Godfather Part 2.
Ooh.
All right.
And Ashton.
Jumping Jack Flash.
No.
Sorry. Have you guys heard of this movie, Jumping Jack Flash?
Yeah, it's Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah.
It's Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah.
I thought you meant Jumping Jack Flash as like one of Scorsese films had the song Jumping Jack Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Jumping Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen it, right? Tony hasn't yet.
Oh, really?
We have a tie.
She voted for Jackie Brown, right? I couldn't tell him the Jumping Jack Flash chaos.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to our Whoopi Goldberg tournament. All right.
Yeah, that one.
Which means never.
Never.
So with that, it actually goes to Ashton for the tiebreaker.
Ooh.
You have the tiebreaking vote, Ashton. You can vote for whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Jackie Brown, yeah.
Ooh, the upset.
Yeah, let's go, Jackie Brown.
Wow. Basically, no Pacino.
No Pacino.
Yeah, I thought that at least one Godfather movie would be in the final four, but
well, yeah, no, there's literally no Pacino in the final four. It is an all De Niro show here. So
we all voted in Jacksonville. I mean,
all right, so our final four over on one side, George's going to be first for the King of Comedy and Joker. Again, very fitting kind of matchup here. So
yeah, they're both like pretty similar. Like they're kind of like they have similar characters, but I've seen the Joker about 6 or 7 times. I've only seen the King of Comedy once, and I want to see it again. But I mean, it's got to be the Joker. Yeah,
Jonathan.
I mentioned this earlier with Taxi Driver. I don't think with this or even King of Comedy, I don't think you want to get the film with Joker though. But I would have to go my pick to King of Comedy.
Richie.
Yeah, it's tough. Very similar movies, but I'm going to King of Comedy.
All right. Ross.
King of Comedy for me.
Ooh, Ashton.
Joker.
Yeah, and Austin.
I love Joker, but I want to champion one of De Niro's best roles that doesn't get talked about.
Okay.
I'm going King of Comedy.
That's fair.
All right.
Yeah,
comedy.
I think it's one of his best roles that nobody talks about. I think
It is.
It deserves the love. So, all right, other side, we got Jackie Brown and Goodfellas. Jonathan.
Goodfellas.
Okay, Richie.
Goodfellas.
All right, Ross.
Ross.
Jackie Brown.
Ashton.
Jackie Brown.
I'm gonna go Goodfellas.
Oh man, I could easily go either way here, but I think I got to go Jackie Brown.
Oh, it's a tie to me. Goodfellas never gets its fair shot on tournament fights. I'm going Goodfellas.
Yeah, there's Jackie Brown though. Come on.
How about next time we do like I don't know, maybe Sam Jackson films or Tarantino, even though it has soon has.
We could literally almost do an entire Sam Jackson tournament. We might have to do that.
Or even a Michael Keaton movie.
I got one though. Then I really got a cool one though. Like two of the highest grossing actors of all time: Sam Jackson versus Harrison Ford.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I feel like we literally could do a Sam Jackson tournament. He's got more than
on its own.
Yeah,
kind of like on its own. Same thing with Harrison Ford.
Good. There'd be some weird ones in there, but we could do it.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of them. All right, final matchup: King of Comedy versus Goodfellas. Let's go to Richie first.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be glad either way. I think these are two great picks. I'm gonna go the one that that champion, the one that could. I'm gonna go King of Comedy.
Ross.
King of Comedy for me.
Ashton.
No comedy.
Yes.
I'm in it. Yeah, I want to watch it right after.
Good.
That's
not a pampered movie.
You know what? Goodfellas is kind of Ray Liotta's movie. In the end, I'm gonna go King of Comedy.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about the next 200 episodes, like I feel like Goodfellas should be there, but I don't know.
It's got chance. It'll have chances. It'll have plenty of chances.
And I don't know. Like,
second place is not bad.
I could go either way. I just wish I would have seen King of Comedy more. I've only seen it once. But even still, like I even like Casino better than Goodfellas, so I'll go King of Comedy, sure.
All right, Jonathan.
So this is interesting. I'm gonna agree with one of the players said. The one half of the movie is not really Bobby D's movie all that much. So it's based on that. Chris Sense, I don't know what we're supposed to say. King of Comedy.
Okay, and Richie.
Yeah, but he's in there like a decent amount, though.
No, he is. I was just, hey, it's my
more of a lead.
It's
not technically the lead in the movie.
It's my battleground coming out. What do you want?
Yeah, I already
try to sway everyone.
It was like a Morgan Freeman in the Shawshank Redemption. It's really not his movie.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Joker is the same. If we're doing Niro versus Pacino, Joker really shouldn't be in the final. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Richie.
No,
I already voted
first.
Oh, you voted first?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's right. You were first.
It's actually a clean sweep for the King of Comedy.
Comedy. There it is.
Winner. All right. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. I like it.
Nice.
I like it. And if anybody out there is watching that hasn't seen it yet, it's hard to find, but it's on YouTube. You can find it in full movie and good quality.
On YouTube, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I have it on a 4-pack DVD of like De Niro movies, but it's on YouTube. Check it out. It's great. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
So, there we go. So kind of a dark horse pick to win the whole thing, and it did. So King of Comedy for De Niro. So
it's a
there
movie
you go.
that I feel like that a lot of like people from our like part of the world who are diehard movie fans have seen, but a lot of casual movie fans maybe like haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So if you're,
it was not sort of a huge hit when it came out.
That's good. Yeah.
All right. Nice.
Great.
Well, good job. Oh, that Elite Eight is a hell of a lineup with King of Comedy, Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, Scarface, Goodfellas, Joker, Jackie Brown, and Godfather 2. That's a hell of an Elite Eight, though. So all great movies. So
and we can include it in the 200 because technically, if I want to be like nerdy about it, this is a tournament fight versus. It's not an actual tournament fight. So
come on.
So technically, it doesn't count.
It's not bats versus knives, basically.
Yeah, but for anyone who doesn't know, every 200 episodes, we take the next 64 unique movie to win a tournament fight, and we put them all against each other in one big tournament. We already did it for 100, so now we'll do it for 200. So yeah, when we get there, we're only about like as far as like
I'm at
like
as far as unique winners, I only have 87 right now. So
yeah,
when we get to 128, which is the magic number to do we'll do a big 3-part like best of the best, like all-time tournament winners tournament. That'll be fun. So we'll do that.
Yeah,
so we'll throw everything in there.
No, right, Jordan. I mean, like on my top 64, Whiplash one. Will that be on the list? Because I think it was the first one that won a tournament before, right?
I think it won one, right?
It was number 66. Yeah, so it'll be on the next. When we get to 128, it'll be in the massive tournament. Yes, it will. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all those movies. Yeah, all those movies that made it. Yeah, well, I have a master list with me of all the previous tournament winners and which one they won. So, yep.
Nice. Well, cool. Yeah, that was fun, guys. Thanks. And yeah, we made it about our usual time. We've been pretty good about sticking to a good run time, which 3 hours might seem long. That's about right for our show.
What's the longest show? I forget.
5 hours we did with Adam Witt one time, I think, and I think that was the. Actually, it was either the TV one we did where everybody had their favorite TV shows was almost 5, and then the guilty pleasure one was like
guilty pleasure ones.
Guilty pleasure movies.
What was bosses that we all did that? I mean, I feel like we got done at like midnight. That was
remember we spent like 3 hours talking after though.
Oh yeah, that was probably afterwards.
That was off the air. Yeah, not the actual runtime. That was the post show wrap up.
yeah. But yeah, we'll just do some plugs real quick, and then we'll call it a night. So we'll start with Jonathan. Where can we find you?
You can, if you see under my name, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JPad1098. You can follow me on Facebook at Jonathan Peck, and you might spot my beautiful face around judging some matches around Movie Battleground at TMG Entertainment. So that's all my plug here today.
Yeah, sounds good. And Richie, where can we find you?
You can see Richie moving in and finalizing his streaming space and everything.
Yeah, it's starting to come together. I can see more things to keep adding to the background and all that.
So hopefully it'll be ready to go by the time we get to Lonely Marks on Monday, I'm sure. So
yeah. It's a bit of a like I realize it's a bit of a smaller room, so it's just hard to fit everything in. But I think we're getting there.
Nice.
So that's good. Yeah, I'll be. I'll be on Rankin tomorrow.
tomorrow.
I think it's Sunday. Whatever. It's Sunday, not tomorrow.
The next episode of Rankin with Malcolm.
Next episode of Rankin, I'll be on with doing Paul Rudd movies. And then I'll be on Lonely Marks recapping Elimination Chamber, which looks like a banger show. You can find it. Yeah, I'll be on other episodes. Tournament fights. So sign up for heaps of stuff. Tier ranker. I do wrestling trivia on Combat Wrestling Trivia. I've got a title shot coming up soon. And I do wrestling trivia on with JPO's channel and movie trivia. To Battleground as well. There should be a match coming up here in a couple of weeks. They'll be uploaded. And I do a podcast on about Tubi movies with my friend Robert Cameron. We just uploaded the Curse of Humpty Dumpty, and that should be fun. And then the next episode is Frank and Hooker, which I unironically liked.
Man.
I thought it was
the two movies always make me laugh. They're just off the wall.
Frank and Hooker is great. That's a great cult classic. Frank and Hooker.
It's just a genuinely good movie. It's fun. So keep an eye out for what episodes we've got coming up next. But we're doing some, I can't remember the title, some kind of Godfrey Ho Kung Fu movie next. So check that out. And other than that, I'm around, and this is fun.
Yeah. We're glad you're making it. We're glad you were able to make it tonight. So at least for most it's all good.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what for the thumbnail where the De Niro picture came from, but it might be King of Comedy. I'm not sure.
No, that's from Casino.
That's from
Okay.
Casino.
Okay.
Vagina's from
I just pulled it
Scarface.
off.
That's
online,
like a
picture of it,
screenshot
but-
where he's smoking a cigar and he's watching the guys cheat at the cars. They're clicking the thing on the side of their leg.
That's what
like
it is.
he's watching them cheat, and then it's before they take him into the back room and smash their hand with a hammer. Yeah, that's
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
shot of him.
because-
Obviously, the other one is, and obviously the Pacino one is Scarface. Obviously.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
King of Comedy, he would have had that bowl cut and the mustache.
And the mustache.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, he would.
And that goofy like baby blue suit and shit like that. Like those
Yeah.
goofy suits he had on in
Yeah,
that movie.
ultimate hairstyle. Yeah, but
Yeah. Well, Ross and Ashton, what do you guys got to plug? Anything? Where can we find you?
We're gonna.
Anything?
I'll be on Michael's channel, on Sunday or Monday doing the Last of Us after show. But we have some in the works that Jordan knows about.
Yeah, we've got a couple of things in the works. We're still kind of figuring everything out, and then I also have something of my own I'm working on. So we'll be announcing it soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, let us know. Yeah, we'll tune in. We'll subscribe.
Or if you have any kind of links or anything, shoot
like
us.
people like subscribe to the channel that I'm on. Call it like Mega Movie Z. Like my channel because like we're at 957 subscribers.
Ooh, nice.
There you go. Yeah.
You're getting close.
Well,
Yeah.
Speaking of Mega Movie Z, I'll be on a lot tomorrow night on Mega Movie Z, but Jordan will be on there for a little bit too. We're coming on for we're gonna first do our Scream 3 review for his Scream series leading up to Scream 6, and then right afterwards I'll probably just take a 10-minute break. Me and Wolfman will go alone for what we call our monthly mistake. It's our monthly drink along. Where we do a drinking game to a movie, and it'll be the My Bloody Valentine 3D remake from 2009 that we'll be doing a drink along game to. Yeah, it's our monthly mistake because.
How's the Bye Bye Man though? How's the Bye Bye Man?
Oh, let's just put it this way. I know I was talking. I don't remember the last 30 minutes of what I said.
Yeah.
It was all a complete blur by the time we got there because the problem was I didn't eat anything before we did that, so it was even worse. So I will be eating before I do that one, so I can at least keep it coherent. So yeah,
I need to start something where like I do edibles and like watch something off the wall. 'Cause I got a bunch of edibles I need to use up. So yeah, I just got to find someone who's willing to do that with me. But
and my battleground match with Will Cohen just dropped tonight. So if you want to check,
I
out,
saw that.
Me and Will Cohen, it's a good match. So check that out.
Nice. Yeah, we got some interesting things coming up because we got the Scream review that I'm going to be a part of on with Wolfman over on the Mega Movie Z channel, and then I'm going to have a Full Metal random match Sunday night is when we're going to film it. I can't remember if he does it live or if he records it and airs it later, but it's going to be some TV trivia where they just show a picture of a TV character and you have to guess who it is. So that's basically what it's going to be. So, and then you can find us on all the social media at Movie Hero 2121 on Twitter and Instagram. You can find a lot on my personal Instagram at Jordan83616, and then you can find the poll with the Elite 8 in the Short on Friends and Family group. In the next day or two, it'll pop up over there, so you can voice your opinions. Let us know if we got it wrong, if we got it right, why there are no Godfather movies in the final four, but there's some in the Elite 8. I think Godfather 2.
Godfather 2 is in the Elite 8, so it's
so that was there. But and then we have a Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/moviehero, I've been trying to get some things posted over there. I've been just super busy recently, but we filmed the first episode of my new monthly trivia show that's called The Seen and Heard, which consists of clips from movies and clips from movie scores, and but it has to live over on the Patreon because of the copyright content. But it only costs $1 to watch it. So if you go and you subscribe to the Movie Hero Patreon for $1, you can watch it. And if anyone would like to play, you don't have to be a member of the Patreon to play. Anyone can play. And what I'm going to try to do for the next one, we'll see how it works. If we get affected on YouTube we're not. I want to try to show it live and then just immediately take it down and then put it on the Patreon. So we'll see how that goes for the first time and see if it causes any issues for the channel, because there's a lot of copyrighted stuff in it. But and then we also have some other episodes. I still have to finish editing our TV animation draft, which I plan to get that done this weekend, and I put that up there, so that should be showing up. And then we'll have some more exclusive episodes. We got some more drafts coming up in the work, a couple podcasts and stuff. So just follow us on all of our socials and check out the patreon.com/movie hero. And we also do some giveaways. I give away movie posters over there. I give away like exclusive chances to be on some episodes and like create your own episode. And like you pick the guests, you pick when we film it, you pick the topic, all of that stuff. So yeah. And then just a little preview of some episodes we have coming up. Oh, and I will say I'll be getting back into some snack heroes and some video game streaming soon. That I took a little break for a couple of weeks to get my trivia geared up, but now I'm in a good rhythm where I can be able to just blast those out quickly. So I'll be getting into some of that stuff. But some episodes we have coming up. So this Tuesday we'll be doing Stephen Shepard's part 2 of his 128. That'll be on Tuesday. Then we'll be doing our movie heroes definitive Marvel rankings. We're going to rank all the Marvel movies from the MCU and then all the TV shows in a tier ranker. So that'll be Thursday night. So and we can talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp, maybe a little more or Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which I saw, which we kind of have some difference of thoughts and opinions. It'll be interesting. So yeah. But and then also we have our second episode of the best animated movies tier ranker.
That movie's so bad, bro. It's so bad. It's bottom 5
I loved
Marvel.
it. I absolutely loved it. So
easily bottom 5 Marvel.
No
Holy
way,
shit.
no.
Yeah,
So
it's so lazy.
No spoilers. I didn't say anything.
I didn't spoil anything.
I think
just because of the tonal shift, they don't allow Ant-Man to be Ant-Man.
it's like Journey to the Center of the Earth, but better.
They don't allow Ant-Man to be Ant-Man, and so a lot of it just feels like Star Wars. Anyway, go.
Yeah. Well, it's not a bad thing though. Star Wars is great, but yeah, we also have for our animated tier ranker 2017 till now. We're doing that. We're going through every decade of animated movies. We have best movie set in the wintertime coming up for a tournament. We have best movie duos, and then we got Malcolm Lay's part 2 of his top 128, and then we'll be getting to best movies of 2014, which is always a 3-part series. So we just try to blast it out within like a week or so. So yeah, that will do it. So yeah, this was fun. I was surprised how many blind spots I actually had, because I thought that I had seen most of these movies, and then I was looking at the list. I'm like, oh crap, I've seen like less than half. So yeah, definitely some movies to catch up on. So I got some suggestions. So, but yeah, that was fun. Thanks guys for jumping on the episode. This was a fun time, and we'll do it for us tonight. So for Jonathan, for Richie, for Ross, for Ashton, for Austin, I've been Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and we'll see you next time.